Oh, welcome to Dominico Field here on a Wednesday night. It's the Toronto Maple Leafs taking on the Hamilton Cardinals. I'm Thomas West, joined by Zach Benoit, and this is an interesting game we have on hand. Zach, the Toronto Maple Leafs are coming off a weekend of all weekends, right? They win 3 games in 3 days, and they get themselves right back into the playoff picture. And not only in the playoff picture, but now they have aspirations of moving up to maybe 6th place in the Intercounty Baseball League standings. And Zach, the team to beat right now is the Hamilton Cardinals. They have that opportunity tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a massive game, and for both sides, really, because when you look at the last time out for Hamilton, they lost 5-0 to the Brantford Red Sox. Their next game after the one here against Maple Leafs, is against the London Majors squad that has played very, very well all year long. So it's kind of getting interesting to see, could the Leafs possibly jump from 9th in the league all the way up to 6th?
If the Toronto Maple Leafs win tonight, they're within a game of 6th place. That's where the Hamilton Cardinals are. And with more on that thrilling win by the Toronto Maple Leafs over the London Majors last time out, here's Justin Mara. By Justin Mara for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Justin, I mean, there's a lot to talk about here. I guess we'll just start with 3 wins in 3 days for the Maple Leafs. Coming into that game against London, did you ever think that this team would turn it around so much so that you win all 3 games in the weekend?
Yeah, the truth is, the confidence in the room was always there. You know, it started to get a little bit late in the year where we weren't really putting it together, a couple bad bounces, and, you know, we weren't going to feel sorry for ourselves. We knew we had the talent in the room. It was just a matter of putting it together, and I think now guys have had enough reps. The confidence is there, and we know it's push time, you know, if we want to get in the playoffs. So we're confident in there. We're going to put it together, and it doesn't surprise me, these 3 wins at all.
Starting pitcher. Let's go to Angel Castro now. Let's start with his performance on the mound. I mean, this statistically, by what we could see, was the best performance that we've seen from Angel Castro. What was making him so good today?
You know what? He's a workhorse out there, and he's got conviction with every pitch. He competes better than anyone I've ever seen. I mean, you can see it on the mound with his enthusiasm. He brings the energy every day. But when you get on the mound out there, a lot of it is about competing, and he makes good pitches. It's about throwing the right pitch in the right count. And, you know, we've seen these guys a lot. You know, if he has confidence in me, he knows what I'm calling. He has conviction with those pitches, and he's going to be good for us in the playoffs. His confidence is at an all-time high, and so is ours when he's on the mound.
When you look back out at your pitcher and he's screaming and dancing and chirping the other team, what do you think?
You know, it's all in fun. If you know some of these guys back home where they play, they're very vocal. So it's not hostile in a way. He's not directing it at any of them. He's just fired up about the game, and we love the enthusiasm. You know, it brings an energy on the bench that, you know, sometimes we might need. You know, so when we look down and we see that in our starters in the game, and he's going 110%. It brings everyone's energy up, and everyone wants to play well behind him for sure.
I know you had a couple weeks off, and then you had a really good day at the plate, right? You hit the home run, you hit the ball off the wall as well, which probably would have been out in the old ballpark. Yeah. Does a game like this feel like something that, you know, kind of gives you a boost after you have a bit of time off?
Yeah, for sure. First off, yeah, that fence, it's taken 2 away from me this year. Not that anyone's counting, but no, it's honestly for me, it's about just hitting the barrel, putting good swings on the ball. I maybe let the confidence slip a little bit because I did have some time off, but the truth is I was seeing the ball well, I just wasn't putting it together, and I knew it was a matter of time. So I just stayed confident in myself, took a great round of BP today, and just got in there and said, just see the ball, put some good swings on it, stay confident. All right, great, you got it.
All right, great to hear from Justin Mara there. And the Toronto Maple Leafs have a guy who has been effective on the mound for them so far this season, although it being a very short time that he spent with the Maple Leafs. Landon Leach is getting the start today for Toronto.
Yeah, and I mean, we all knew when Landon Leach was coming to the Maple Leafs that he was going to bring just a lot of strikeout stuff, and he was going to be a dominant pitcher, and that's kind of just what he's shown. He's really only allowed runs in one of his games, a short outing against Barrie where he allowed 2 earned runs. But other than that, it's been what we've been expecting. The strikeout numbers are up there. The only thing that's a bit different here are the walk numbers. The walks have been a little bit wonky for Leach, and he'll look to turn that around here in this start.
Yeah, the reason that he has an ERA, he walked a couple of guys against the Barrie Baycats. They both came in to score. That was a couple outings ago. On the season, in the 3 games that he's played, he started 2 of the games, but we don't expect him to go very deep today. I think this is going to be more of an opener situation for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and Landon Leach will most likely get through 2 innings. So the Maple Leafs are just going to look for his best stuff for the first 2 innings, and then maybe bridge the gap with a longer guy in the third. We think that might be Wilhelmus Alvarado, if we had to guess, and we've seen that strategy used many times before. On the other side of things is Takaki Iguchi. He has been extremely effective for the Hamilton Cardinals all season long. Most of the time he comes into the game as a starter. He's pitched in 12 games this season, 9 of them are starts, and an ERA of 3.16. It'll be a tough test for the Maple Leafs today.
Yeah, Gucci has just been one of those pitchers that every time it seems that the Cardinals come here to play, he's always on the mound. He's always being a tough task against this Maple Leaf squad. So it'll be interesting to see how they attack him. And really, with the Maple Leafs playing the way they are right now, they should have a better game plan than they have in the previous 2 times.
Toronto Maple Leafs trying to make it 4 in a row here against the Hamilton Cardinals. And I mean, Zach, there was a time this season where we didn't think the Maple Leafs were going to make the playoffs, and they still haven't, right? They still need to win a couple more games to try and secure that spot, but you have to think, I mean, if they won 4 in a row at this point in the season after the way things have started and really have been for most of the year, I mean, this would go a long way to not just securing the Maple Leafs in the playoffs, but gaining some momentum before the playoffs start as well.
Yeah, and it's massive to win 4 games now, because also when you look at the standings, the Kitchener Panthers and the Brantford Red Sox, they're 2 teams that have been struggling a lot in their last 10. Kitchener currently on a 6-game losing streak. Brampton was able to win the last one against Hamilton, but their last 10 they're 2-8. So if the Leafs are able to continue on this win streak, get 1 more here tonight against this Hamilton Cardinals team, not only do they climb possibly higher in the standings and closer to Hamilton, but they separate the gap between them and Kitchener and Brantford.
We're looking at the Hamilton Cardinals lineup right now. Rebelkin de Castro is going to get his first game as a Hamilton Cardinal. He was a trade deadline or acquisition or signing deadline, whatever you want to call it, in the Intercounty Baseball League. And he looks like he might be effective here in the Intercounty Baseball League as well. A former minor league farmhand for the Dunedin Blue Jays. Luis Bernardo was batting second. He's doing the catching. Then Tyler Duncan is in center field. Dennis Devaney, who's always seemed to hit well at Christie Pitts, he's in right field. Connor Hicks is at first base. He does some catching for the Hamilton Cardinals as well. Cole Ian Tomaso is going to get the start at third base. Evan Simmons, he is another new signing for the Hamilton Cardinals. He's in left field, and the DH is Andrew Johnston. At second base is Cam Gravel. So De Castro is going to lead things off for the Hamilton Cardinals, and you can see Landon Leach and John Salazzo just kind of kicking some dirt on the mound. We had a massive rainstorm about an hour before this game started, and it was coming down in buckets. It's been sunny all day. It was just a heat wave storm, and the field got very, very wet during that time, but just enough that we could get this game underway. And obviously it's still a hot and now pretty humid day at Dominico Field, so that infield is going to dry up pretty quickly, but the grass is wet. The infield dirt is a bit muddy. So we'll see if that plays a factor early on in this game.
Yeah, and the grass being wet, that's most likely going to play a factor, because when you look at it, you know, outfielders, they got to be charging every single ball, because that thing is going to die on the grass.
Landon Leach quickly got ahead of De Castro 0-2, so that's a good sign for the Toronto Maple Leafs. If Landon Leach is throwing strikes, he's going to have success. Here's the 1-2. De Castro fouls it off. Landon Leach comes into this outing with an ERA of 3.00 for the Maple Leafs this season.
Fastball at the top of the zone looked like he caught, but no, umpire says it was high and away. So now Leach gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Low and outside, full count. Popped up. Shallow center field. Lewis coming in, and he'll make the grab for out number 1.
Toronto Maple Leafs line up in the outfield with Ryan Dos Santos in left, Connor Lewis in center, and Marcus Connect in right. John Salazzo is at third base, Jose Vinicio at short, Dan Mara at second, and Cole Murchison at first base, with Justin Mara doing the catching for Landon Leach. And what a game Justin Mara had last time out against the London Majors. A couple of RBIs, hit a home run to the opposite field.
And it really sparked life into the Maple Leaf squad just to kind of get the bats rolling. And, you know, when you have a guy like Justin Mara swinging the bat that well, it always, you know, it's a trickle effect. More guys in the lineup start coming up to hit, and the ball just starts rolling a little bit better.
This one's hit in the air, pretty deep towards center field. Connor Lewis going back at the wall, and it is gone. Luis Bernardo to dead center field, and it's 1-0 Hamilton. Well, that's 3 home runs on the season now for Luis Bernardo, and he hit that one to the deepest part of the ballpark out there on the top of the members tent out there in center field.
Bernardo appeared in every single game so far this season. Like you said, his 3rd home run, and I mean, he has just been an RBI machine for the side of the Hamilton Cardinals. That was his 22nd of the season.
Well, Luis Bernardo doesn't have a ton of home runs this year, but the ones that he has hit have not been cheap shots. It's the first one that he's hit now at Christie Pitts this season, but the other 2 have come out in Welland. Not the easiest park to hit home runs in. Here's the 0-1 from Leach, and it's way up and away. And now it looks like Leach is starting to be affected by that mound there. You can see him kind of kicking the dirt, trying to get a stable landing spot. Both those pitches, it looks like he hasn't felt overly comfortable on that mound. And that one no different, and it's 3-0.
And I think the big thing to notice when, you know, Landon Leach is pitching, as a batter, you don't need to provide a lot of the power in your swing. He has a lot of speed coming off the arm right there from the mound. So he generates a lot of speed coming into the plate, and then you just put a good swing on the ball like Bernardo just did, and good things will happen like that.
So now 3-1. The batter is Tyler Duncan, one of the most dangerous hitters in the Inter-County Baseball League, and he's hitting .317 this season for Hamilton. That one's in the dirt, and Tyler Duncan's aboard, so Landon Leach gives up the solo home run to Luis Bernardo, and now Tyler Duncan gets a 3-1 fastball that's spiked by Landon Leach.
And you mentioned it early in that at-bat. Leach just didn't look that comfortable on the mound. Again, like the rainstorm that hit over top of Toronto, it was not a light storm. It came down in bunches. They tried to get the tarp over as quickly as possible, but obviously some rain seeped through.
The 1-0 was swung on and missed. Dennis DeBanding, another hitter in the Hamilton Cardinals lineup, hitting over .300 this season. Although the bats have been good for Hamilton this year, but not last time out. They got shut down by Jeremiah Sucre and the Brantford Red Sox. A 5-0 loss to Brantford in a game where they were only able to muster 4 hits. And Sucre only walked 2 guys as well. And that actually hit Dennis DeBanding, so he's going to head down to first base, much to the surprise of some of the Hamilton Cardinals, but DeBanding will take it. And now there's 2 on.
And I think everyone could hear third baseman John Salazzo, and he asked the question everyone's thinking, why was there such a long delay in the call? And I guess the umpire, he heard it, but just didn't see it initially.
In that outing for Jeremiah Sucre and Brantford, he also only struck out 2 over 9 innings. So Brantford got solid defense. Hamilton's trying to turn things around here tonight against Toronto.
Hamilton had a little bit of a rough stretch from the 21st all the way to the 23rd. They played 3 games in 3 days. They lost all 3 of those. And then the weekend, the Thursday and Friday, they were able to bounce back and get back in the win column. Those are 2 big wins for them.
Connor Hicks at the plate now for the Cardinals. And he takes up and away. And Landon Leach is having some trouble finding the strike zone here. The count's 0-2. The only guy that had some success against the Brantford Red Sox in that last game was Colian Tomasi, and he's the on-deck batter for Hamilton right now. He went 2 for 4. Landon Leach needs to find the strike zone here, and he will. And he went with an off-speed pitch against Hicks.
And we saw that to the first batter, to Castro. He started the at-bat off with 2 really good off-speeds, and he was able to try to eventually get him on a good fastball. It kind of seems like he's lost the fastball control a little bit, but the off speeds, they've been working still.
The 2-1 pitch. Another swing and a miss. Same pitch as the 2-0, and now Landon Leach has found the strike zone, and the count's even.
Again, he went back to the well with that off speed, but you got to make sure you get control of the fastball as well.
Two. In the air to center field. This one's playable. Connor Lewis is going to call off Ryan Dos Santos and make the catch, and there's 2 away. And this is a tough test in Ian Tomasi. He's hitting .371 on the season in limited at-bats. But Landon Leach could really help himself out here if he could get Ian Tomasi right here.
Yeah, limit the damage here if you are a Leach. And that was a good bounce back right there to get Hicks to fly out to center after the home run and then back-to-back walks and a hit by pitch.
Up and in, ball 1.
It kind of seems he doesn't have the feel for the fastball here in the first inning.
Yeah. But the breaking ball has looked quite good. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes back to it here early in the count. Here's the 1-0 to Ian Tomasi. He does. Right down the middle.
Man, what a difference it would be right now if Leach had a good control for both of his pitches. You know, I don't think that walk to Tyler Duncan happens. He's looked really, really good with that breaking ball.
Does he go back to it again on 1-1? Yes, and it's hit in the air pretty well to right, but it's well into foul territory. Colian Tomasi picked up on the pattern there, didn't he?
Yeah, and I think Ian Tomasi, he knows, you know, the fastball isn't in control right now, but if you're Leach, why not go to it quick? Go to the fastball again. See if you can get it to go over for a strikeout here.
So looks like we are right in the pregame. That is Wilhennis Alvarado warming up, and that's strike 3 called over the outside corner. Landon Leach does find the command on the fastball, and he gets a big strikeout of Ian Tomasi, but the Hamilton Cardinals do get one, a solo home run from Luis Bernardo, and they lead 1-0. Back here at Dominico Field, you're watching Maple Leafs Baseball on YouTube, brought to you by MNP. This is the starting lineup for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and it's Jose Vinicio, who's been in the leadoff spot for a while now. He's back there again today for the Maple Leafs. Jordan Castaldo hitting second and DHing. John Salazzo is at third base and hitting third. Then Marcus Connect in right field. Justin Mara behind the plate. Ryan Dos Santos in left. Connor Lewis is in center. Dan Mara at second base, and Cole Murchison batting ninth and playing first base. Well, this is not a comfortable at-bat facing Takaki Iguchi, but he is a right-handed batter, so that bodes well for the or pitcher, I should say, so that bodes well for the Maple Leafs. Jose Vinicio, after facing Victor Payano in the London Majors, did a lot of right-handed batting. Now he's going to turn it around and bat from the left side against the right-handed Iguchi.
I can't really remember. Has Vinicio been switch hitting all year? I know for the most part he's been staying on the right-hand side.
Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't always decide to play the favorable matchup. I think it's just kind of whatever he's feeling good with, and sometimes that's from the right and sometimes that's from the left. Jose Vinicio, this hasn't been the season that the Maple Leafs expected from Jose Vinicio. But you can really make up for not a great regular season if you play well in the playoffs. And that's really what the Maple Leafs are hoping for right now.
And we know Vinicio is a good player. We've seen it in his play over the years here for the Maple Leafs, and his defense is still, we've seen it at times this year. It's been solid.
Yeah. Here's a ground ball to his counterpart at short. Throw to first in plenty of time. That's the first look that the Maple Leafs are getting at Rebelkin de Castro at shortstop. They've got Cole Ian Tomasi at third base, Cam Gravel at second. Connor Hicks playing first. And then another new addition in Evan Simons in left. Tyler Duncan is in center, and Dennis DeBanning in right. Looks like there's some action in the Hamilton Cardinals bullpen as well, with Corbin Peters getting loose. And if you remember the last time the Hamilton Cardinals were here at Dominico Field, there were some fireworks, right? Here's the 1-0. Big swing and a miss. Some suspensions on the side of the Maple Leafs. There was a benches clearing brawl after the game. I don't think that's going to come into play again here tonight, but something to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, we know there's a lot of tension between the two squads.
The 1-1. Hit on the ground. A diving stop by Cam Gravel. He gets up and throws to first, and plenty of time to get the out. What a play by Cam Gravel at second base.
I mean, that's defense helps you win ball games, and it sure helped right there. A fantastic play by Cam over there at second. You can kind of see Jordan Castaldo, he kind of threw up the hand, said, what else can I really do there?
Yeah.
Put a good swing on the ball.
Yeah, off the bat, that looked like a base hit right up the middle, didn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
That was a robbery there from the Hamilton second baseman. Well, here's John Salazzo for the Maple Leafs. He takes up and away. Salazzo trying to add to his home run total of 9 this season. Here's the 1-0. And he hits one into left field, and that one is foul. Boy, that ball looked like it was going to stay fair, and it kept slicing and slicing. And much to the dismay of John Salazzo, that one lands in foul territory.
And last time out, John Salazzo didn't have the game he would have liked. It was a rough one, to say the least. I think it was 0 for 4, 0 for 5. And it was not a fun day at the office last game out. I think it was the platinum sombrero.
Yeah, it was. But if there's anyone that you're not worried about,
You were saying?
well, that one's not going to get down either. Johnston is a little bit snake-bitten right now at the plate for the Maple Leafs, and after some good defense by the Hamilton Cardinals, that goes down as a 1-2-3 inning for Takaki Iguchi, and Hamilton lead 1-0 over Toronto. Well, Evan Simons is due up this inning for the Hamilton Cardinals, and he's a guy who's had a lot of experience in a lot of different places, playing most recently with the Athletics, playing in a league in Austria. He's also played in the Intercounty Baseball League before that came with the London Majors. But although his time with the London Majors didn't go great in a very short outing, this is a guy who's had a lot of experience. He, from his resume, is an excellent defender as well. He's going to be a rock at third base, you'd think, for the Hamilton Cardinals, and this is a good deadline pickup for Hamilton.
Yeah, and when you have that background with, winning a Gold Glove and staying consistently good at third base like he has, it's just really helpful. And this Hamilton Cardinals squad, they've had a really good turnaround the last couple of years. For last year, they were a fringe squad around 500. This year, it looks like they've turned the page a little bit more, and they're trying to, again, stay around that 500 area, but a little bit better than they were last year.
First pitch to Simons is well inside. So this will be the first at-bat for Evan Simons with the Hamilton Cardinals. The 1-0, a swing and a miss. Now 1-1. Landon Leach got himself in a little bit of trouble in the first inning, but got himself out of it with a big strikeout to finish things off with a couple runners on base. The 2-1. Low and a bit inside. Now it's 3-1. And Evan Simons has worked himself into a good hitter's count. It's the 3-1 from Leach. And it finds the zone, and the count runs full. Andrew Johnston is on deck, and then Cam Gravel, who made that great play at second base for Hamilton. That one's in the dirt, and it's the third walk for Landon Leach. And it's going to put a runner on with nobody out here in the top of the second.
And we talked in the pregame a little bit about, the kind of command issues that Leach has been having in these short outings here for the Leafs. It's been just a little bit more walks than we've kind of known Leach for. And we know he has the strikeout stuff. He's shown that so far, but the walk total is just a little bit higher than I think everybody was expecting.
He goes back to the breaking ball. That's been the pitch that's working for him, but this time he misses inside.
That breaking ball, too, didn't look like it missed by that much either. Looked like a good break on the inner half, just didn't catch the top of the zone.
Andrew Johnston is the batter, and he hasn't been much of a threat at the plate for the Hamilton Cardinals this season, hitting just 120, but in just 25 at-bats. And with the count 2-0, this might be a guy that Landon Leach wants to attack. 2-0 pitch. Up and in, 3-0. Maple Leafs really need Leach to get through these first 2 innings, at least relatively clean, so they can turn things over to their bullpen, but most likely will Hennis Alvarado, and give the Maple Leafs a chance to win.
Yeah, and would expect Alvarado to probably go around 5 innings. 4 or 5 innings would be the outcome for him.
3-1. Check swing. Did he go? No, says the first base umpire. That's going to put 2 aboard. So 2 walks to start off the top of the second for Leach. Now Sam Green is going to have a visit to the mound just to slow things down here for Landon Leach.
And again, this game far out of hand, only a 1-0 score. And we know with how hot the bats have been lately for the Maple Leafs, they can get that back relatively quick. There's no question about that. It's more so just right now, Leach, again, the fastball control, that's kind of been what the issue has been in this inning once more. The breaking ball, he's thrown a couple good ones, but they just haven't been going over for strikes, just missing off the plate by a little bit.
This at-bat here to Cam Gravel it might be the turning point in this game. He's the number 9 hitter. He's only had 14 at-bats this season, 3 hits, but you do not want to turn things over to the top of the order. Kelvin DeCastro is the leadoff hitter. Obviously, we haven't seen much of him yet, but he's got a great baseball resume. And then Luis Bernardo already has a home run this game. He's the second hitter, and Tyler Duncan might be the best hitter in the Intercounty Baseball League. In fact, he won the home run derby a couple weeks ago out in Welland.
Oh, and behind him is Dennis DeBanning, who's also hitting over 300.
Yeah.
With 12 extra base hits.
Yeah, 19 RBIs. Landon Leach has a look back at second base. Simons is able to scamper back. That was obviously a play that was talked about there with Sam Green on the mound to try and buy them an out. The number 9 hitter, Gravel. Squaring to bunt, and he takes a strike. Lot of stuff going on the infield right now for the Maple Leafs. It looked like there was a pickoff play at second, so Jose Vinicio was sprinting from shortstop to second base. And then the corners were charging in, and Dan Morrow was running to second base. There was really no one in a fielding position on the infield there. 0-1. Gravel squaring to bunt again, and he pops it up. John Salazzo makes the catch. All hands stay put. And that is not a successful at-bat there from Cam Gravel to Landon Leach, who is struggling to find the zone. He can't get the bunt down. No runners move up. But now the Maple Leafs have to deal with the top of the order, but this is a little bit more manageable than the alternative.
Yeah, the double play is still in order, and DeCastro's last time up, he popped out to Connor Lewis in center field. We know that Leach, he has the good stuff. So this could also just be a big strikeout here if he can get it around.
So Kelvin DeCastro actually did play in Hamilton's last game against Brantford. He went 1 for 4. So this is now his second game. Luis Bernardo on deck with the solo home run in the first. Big swing and a miss by DeCastro.
And it looked like a fastball out of the hands there of Leach, and it looked like a good one too. Started the at-bat off with a high breaker that didn't come down, and then he buried a good fastball low and inside.
This one's fouled off out of play to the right, and now Landon Leach is starting to find the strike zone again. Well, for Kelvin DeCastro, spent 3 years in the Toronto Blue Jays organization, made it as high as single A in 2023 with the Dunedin Blue Jays. Here's the 0-2 from Leach. And it's lined into center field. Coming on is Connor Lewis, and that one's going to fall in for a base hit. Lewis, though, got there quickly, and Simons had to hold as he was afraid that was going to be caught in center field. So now the bases are loaded. Simons is the runner that you see there at third base, and it's the guy with the home run this game, and Luis Bernardo at the plate.
Catcher number 14, Alvarado.
And it's probably scariest situation right now here for the Maple Leafs with Bernardo. Like I mentioned, he has 22 RBIs now on the year and leads his squad. I think the next closest is 15. Hope it's 19, Dennis DeBannon.
An important first pitch here from Leach, and it's a breaking ball, and he finds the outside corner. Just to finish up that thought on Raquelban de Castro, he wasn't a guy that was drafted by the Blue Jays. They signed him straight out of the Dominican Republic using some of their international signing pool. There's a strike over the outside corner.
Well, working really well here is Leach, and that's interesting. I actually did not know that.
Yeah. And I have no idea what his aspirations are, but a lot of the time you don't see guys coming here to the Intercounty Baseball League to finish their career, especially when they're young like De Castro, as that one's fouled off. He's just 21 years old, so if he plays well here with Hamilton these last couple of games, he might be trying to get back to professional baseball again next season. So it's the game within the game for some of these young prospects in the IBL as well. He didn't have a great season in single A with Dunedin, but he's a guy who's he's hit a couple home runs. He showed a little bit of speed. He's got some tools. Here's the 0-2. And it just missed. Oh, Landon Leach wanted that one. That would have been a huge strikeout. And now he's going to have to continue to battle, but he still does have a advantage here with a 1-2 count. Base is loaded for Hamilton. And Bernardo hits it off his foot back to the mound. That one's called immediately by the home plate umpire. Landon Leach would have loved to fire that right back to home and onto first for the double play, but that one clearly went off the foot.
And that was actually a good fastball out of the hands of Leach. He kind of jammed up Bernardo, and I don't think Bernardo was expecting that, especially after Leach, he broke off a really nice-looking breaking ball the pitch prior. So now here, if you're Bernardo, you don't really know what to expect because he got a good fastball over, and he's throwing the breaking ball really well.
The 1-2, a swing and a foul tip into the glove of Justin Mara. That's a big strikeout for Landon Leach. And now can he strand the bases loaded? He's got Tyler Duncan coming to the plate, and Rob Butler is coming to the mound. So the gears are turning already for the Toronto Maple Leafs in the bullpen. And that is going to be it for Landon Leach. So he goes an inning and 2/3. He's got a lot of runners that are his responsibility on base. And now it's Wilhelmus Alvarado coming into the game.
And the center fielder number 5, Tyler.
Well, Johannes Alvarado is going to come into this game just a little bit earlier than he expected to, and it's in a big moment. The bases are loaded for the Hamilton Cardinals. They already lead 1-0, and this could be a turning point in the game. Alvarado facing Tyler Duncan, a premier hitter in the Inter-County Baseball League. And the Maple Leafs are going lefty-lefty, and there's that nasty slider from Johannes Alvarado. That's the pitch that Rob Butler brought Alvarado into the game for, to face this tough lefty in Tyler Duncan.
Yeah, and what were you saying to me just as as Willie was warming up there? You're saying, well, hopefully that good breaking ball is working today. In the first pitch, he shows it.
The 0-1 goes with a fastball, and he just missed.
Looked like a good fastball, too. Tried to get that outside corner, and again, just missed. I mean, fantastic sequence right there to start off Duncan.
1-1 the count. And he misses outside with a fastball. Well, Johannes Alvarado loves to use that breaking ball, but remember, the bases are loaded, so you gotta, if the count is not in your favor on the mound, you gotta find the pitch that you can find the zone with, and Tyler Duncan has worked himself into a fastball count. The 2-1 pitch. It's in the dirt. It was another fastball. So Alvarado snaps off a perfect breaking ball to start the at-bat and then misses outside with 3 fastballs. Johannes Alvarado has an ERA of 7.24 this season. He's pitched in 12 games. He's now a reliever for the Maple Leafs, and he's starting to find a little bit more consistency in that role. Needs to find the zone here, the 3-1. And it's in there for a strike. Boy, he made the adjustment there on the fastball. He hit the inside corner that time.
Yeah, and the 0-1 fastball he threw, it was a good pitch. It was just missing the outside, and then the next 2 he proceeded to dirt one and then pull it even more. And like you said, he made that adjustment, went back to the inside. Wouldn't surprise me if he went with that slider here, though.
That would be a gutsy call. Now the 3-2. It is the slider, and it misses inside. That's going to force in a run. And the Hamilton Cardinals lead 2-0.
He broke off a beautiful slider there, and it looked like it could have crossed over on the inside half, but the umpire, you can see the second that Mara caught that, he was shaking his head saying no. And Alvarado on the mound has a big smile, kind of giving himself a chuckle, because I think he knows that did cross over.
Yeah, it had a lot of movement, but it wasn't as sharp as the first one that he snapped off to Duncan. And now this strategy doesn't work out as well for the Maple Leafs, that Johannes Alvarado lost Duncan, because that was the lefty bat that Rob Butler brought him in to get. So now he has to face Dennis DeBanning, who is a righty. And on top of that as well, as Alvarado delivers the 0-1 pitch inside, now the top of the order, instead of Landon Leach getting out of the inning, the top of the order gets an extra look here at Johannes Alvarado, and he's going to go in many innings in this game for the Maple Leafs. That's just the game plan, win or lose.
Again, it's probably looking around 4 or 5 innings for Alvarado.
That breaking ball slipped out of his hand and missed way outside.
And what I thought would have been the sequence for Johannes here would have been the fastball to start off DeBanning, which he got the strike on, a swinging strike, and then you bury a slider inside. You try to get DeBanning to chase, but he elected to go fastball inside, and then it looked like that slider kind of just slipped out of the hand and stayed up and out.
The 2-1. A swing and a miss on a breaking ball.
Again, beautifully buried it inside on the hands, and as a right-handed hitter, when you're seeing that slider coming from the left side, it looks like a fastball if it's tunneled properly, and then it just breaks off perfectly last second.
2-2 the count. Alvarado's pitch. Swinging a foul ball. Pitch that looked low and maybe a bit inside there. It was a fastball to DeBanning.
He's keeping everything inside, trying to jam DeBanning. When DeBanning's doing his best work, it's on stuff out and over the plate where he's able to extend the arms. Alvarado here just trying to keep the arms tucked in and jammed. Get a weak ground ball.
The 2-2. On the ground to third, and it gets through John Salazzo. That's going to allow one run to come into the score. A second one comes in for Hamilton as well, and it's now 4-0 Cardinals on a play that probably should have been made at third base.
It looked like Salazzo was kind of expecting the big hop, because as you can see, he came up with the ball afterwards, but it hit the dirt and then it just kind of died. Probably again because the grass still a little bit damp, ball a little bit wet as it was rolling through the infield, and just didn't have that extra bounce that Salazzo was expecting.
Well, now the Hamilton Cardinals lead 4-0 here in the top of the second inning, and Johannes Alvarado needs to stop the bleeding here. Connor Hicks is at the plate. He's the first baseman, and he takes a strike perfectly located on the outside corner. Well, now that Johannes Alvarado is in the game, that means that Dionysius Chalus is done warming up Johannes Alvarado. We're hoping to get a little in-game interview with him as well, so we'll have that for you on the other side of the second inning. Dionysius Chalus and Lachlan Maud are a great young up-and-coming catching duo right now for the Maple Leafs. Obviously, Justin Mara is the veteran guy doing the starting, but I actually talked to Justin Mara about Dionysius the other day, and he had lots of high praise for the youngster. Here's the 1-1. It finds the zone again, and it's 1-2.
Beautiful pitch right there, and yeah, Chalus, when I was down there in the bullpen on Sunday, he was all smiles. He was just having a grand old time, and it just kind of seems like he's a really fun teammate to have around.
I'm looking forward to this conversation. I think every conversation I've had with him has been full of energy. Here's the 1-2, and it's way outside. That was the breaking ball from Alvarado. The 2-2, swing and a miss, strike three. Alvarado gets the strikeout to end the inning, but the Hamilton Cardinals do score four. We'll talk to Dionysius Chalus on the other side.
Oh, let's go, Marcus.
All right, welcome back to Toronto Maple Leafs Baseball on YouTube. Joined now by Dionysius Chalus down in the bullpen for the Maple Leafs. Dionysius, how you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic, boys. I'm doing fantastic. Glad to be here.
Good to hear.
How you guys doing?
We're doing great up in the broadcast booth as well. Dionysius, I know you always bring a ton of energy to this Maple Leafs team. I'm just wondering, how have you enjoyed your time here with the Toronto Maple Leafs and playing in the IBL?
Oh, man, it's been a dream. It's been a dream. Gonna hang out with all the boys, bunch of ex-pros, pro guys, man. Learned a lot, been a blessing. We're super grateful to be here.
I see that Chris Nagorski remembered to bring the football today. I know that was a point of contention the other day.
Yeah, he did. He did. All the boys are happy. I actually got hit in the back by Max earlier. But so far, no headshots. So that's a plus.
Excellent. I know this wasn't an easy start to the game for you today. It poured rain. Someone had to go get the tarp and go get the batter's box off the field. Can you tell me what went on before the game today?
Yeah, we were so yeah, it started coming down a bit. We were like, okay, let's just keep hitting BP. And next thing you know, the raindrops just get bigger. Everyone just dips. I think they thought he was going to cut. Santos and I, just on the field, we look at each other. We're like, yo, we should tarp this. so Santos and I we ripped for the dugout, grabbed the tarps, started grabbing anything we got. Garbage bins, the L screen. We had like 2 bricks in the dugout to hold it down. Oh, let's go, Marcus. Carey.
Marcus connects deep to right field, off the top of the wall. Marcus Connect is going to cruise into second base. He's got himself a double.
That's my boy.
Yeah, Dionysius, we were all sheltered under the tent. All your teammates were there too, but I guess you just had to take one for the team today, eh?
Yeah, Santos and I, we did it for the boys.
Yeah.
Did it for the boys for sure.
Dionysius, I know it's always interesting to, hear about the transition from college players like yourself to playing in the Intercounty Baseball League. What has that been like for you?
Oh man, a breath of fresh air. I can't say anymore. Like going to college, it's different because you're playing with guys your own age, right? So their perspectives is a lot different from guys who play pro ball. So that's why I'm just super grateful to be around these guys. I got 1 more year, so I'm hoping to take what I've learned from them down this year and have a pretty good season.
What's the biggest difference in your opinion?
I'd say trust yourself. Just believe in yourself, commit to your plan and just ball out, man. Like these guys just show up, they're ready to ball out and they're not expecting someone to help them, They just know it's up to them.
I want to ask about one of your teammates. For a couple weeks there, the Maple Leafs had a young catching duo with you and Lachlan Maude. From what I've seen on social media, it kind of seems like you guys have become pretty good buddies. And I kind of compare it to the goalie situation, right? When you're playing minor hockey and stuff like that, where it's like you guys either love each other or hate each other. But I feel like you guys like each other.
Oh yeah, it's all love, man. I mean, especially playing ball for a couple years, man. You're better off just loving the guy beside you. You got so many games, and you can always help each other, and you learn from each other, right? He has something to share. I got something to share. Him and I are good boys. Me, and Marcus. We hit up parks, train together. We do a lot together. So it's really nice having someone who got your back, and if they see something, they let you know, and you can trust them.
Justin Mara takes strike 3 over the outside corner. I actually just wanted to ask you about Justin Mara as well. I know he's a guy who's quite a bit older than the two of you, but what's it been like, kind of playing with him? And have you picked up anything from him? I know he's a bit of a veteran just anywhere in baseball.
Oh yeah, huge, man. The guy's given us a lot of advice, Locke and myself. He just lets us know that take the game as it goes and have fun, man. The guy's a baller and he just shows up, balls out every day, and he's someone I look up to.
Justin had some high praise for you as well. I thought it was worth mentioning when I asked him about you. The Maple Leafs have had a really good stretch of games here, right? I mean, I know things weren't going so well at the beginning of the season, but when you win 3 games in 3 days, that really makes the spirits in the clubhouse feel better, doesn't it?
Oh, man, dude, for sure. No doubt. I mean, the boys are rolling right now. I have full faith that we're coming for these guys right now. We're all locked in. Everyone's ready to go. I mean, it's also tough, man. A lot of guys work normal jobs. They come to the park late, late games, and it's tough. But these guys come, and they're ready to ball out, man.
I mean, you haven't been here for that long, but I know there's a lot of guys that have been here for a really long time on this Maple Leafs team, and they've been saying all the time, right? When the playoffs come around, when it gets late in the season, we're going to play well. Did you have full confidence in that the whole time after the way the start of the season went?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I just knowing the guys, and like I said, coming from a college atmosphere to this, you see these guys are pros, man. These guys are pros. They know what they're doing. They just need some games. See, like I said, they work normal jobs, right? So they don't have the opportunity to just be practicing all winter, come from a full season playing in the spring. Like, they just pull up and get their reps in, and it shows now, man. Like, everyone's clicking, everyone's balling. Like, yeah, I'm excited. I think they're gonna kill it.
Before we let you go here, Dionysius, I know you guys are down 4-0 in this one. What do you think needs to happen to just get back into this one here?
I think we just gotta stay together. I mean, keep doing what we're doing and trust us. Yeah, there we go. Santos beats out, baby.
That'll
That's
do.
right.
All right,
That'll
we'll get back to the game here. Dionysius, thanks so much for doing this, man.
All
Enjoy
love,
the rest
boys.
of the game.
All love, boys. Thanks for having me.
All right, thanks, man.
Take it easy.
All right, that was Dionysius Chalus there from the Toronto Maple Leafs, one of the catchers on this team. First year here with Toronto, and we thought that there was going to be a lot of energy brought to that interview, and clearly there was. What a great conversation there with Chalus. Meanwhile, the Maple Leafs have something cooking here in the bottom of the second. They've found a way to get to Takaki Iguchi. An infield hit by Ryan Dos Santos, and prior to that, a double by Marcus Connect, and there's runners on first and third, and just one out in the inning, and Connor Lewis is back in the lineup for the Maple Leafs, and he's at the plate. Lewis hits this one in the air. This one's shallow to right field. Not sure this is going to be enough to get Marcus Connect. He fakes like he's coming home. The throw's cut off smartly by the Hamilton Cardinals. And now there's first and third with 2 outs. The Maple Leafs, they need to get one back here. Well, this is the right guy at the plate. The Maple Leafs need a base knock, and this guy's the king of base knocks here. Dan Mara, the second baseman today for Toronto. Dan Mara recently collected his 500th hit in his Intercounty Baseball League career. I know we talked about him collecting his 400th hit. That was his 400th regular season hit. This is his 500th all total hit, including the playoffs, which he's played a lot of playoff games, especially in the last couple of years with the Maple Leafs. The 0-1 in the dirt, not enough for any of the runners to advance. Marcus Connect retreats back to first, and Marcus Connect at third, and Ryan Dos Santos back to first. Did you have fun in the bullpen down there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Always.
Zach Benoit runs down and gets our interview mic'd up and has to make the trek up the hill as well. And
I think my favorite part was Chalus just going to me. I said, thanks again. He goes, no, thank you. He was fired up. He loved it.
hopefully we're going to get a conversation with Maple Leafs coach Rob Butler as well a little bit later on in the game. We got to try and find a not busy moment to to try and grab him. I hope we don't distract him too much, but he's also been very generous with the interviews this year, so we're going to chat with him a little bit later on. Dan Mara at the plate, behind in the count 1-2. Cole Murchison on deck for Toronto. The 1-2 pitch, that one's flared into the outfield, but it's going to hook foul down the line.
Yeah, while I was down there watching Iguchi, switch up the arm angles, it is hard to read. Watching it like down on field level,
yeah,
it is very tough to kind of figure out and read.
It's so much different watching the game down at field level than up here. It's crazy. This one's hit on the ground. It's bobbled momentarily, but a flip to second by DeCastro is in plenty of time to get Takaki Iguchi out of the inning. While the Maple Leafs got a double to lead off the inning for Marcus Connect. Then they had first and third with one out, but they couldn't scratch across a run. So it's the Hamilton Cardinals who continued to lead 4-0. We'll be right back. Well, back here at Dominico Field, Coley and Tomasi leading things off for the Hamilton Cardinals. Facing Wilhenis Alvarado, we expect that he's going to go a couple innings in this one. This one's hammered out to left, a jump, and it's over the head of Ryan Dos Santos. That'll go down as a double for Coley and Tomasi, who continues to swing the bat well for Hamilton.
Went down looking in the first inning, and then, yeah, like you said, he just laced that double
Left fielder
over the head of Dos Santos.
Evan Simmons.
Well, Evan Simmons is still looking for his first at-bat as he walked last time. That one's well outside. Count 0-1 here on Simons. And it's a breaking ball. This Alvarado going back to what's worked for him in the past, that breaking ball. Count now 1-1. On the ground towards third, that one rolls foul. Salazzo fielded that one a couple of feet into foul territory. Once again, these are not everyday players at the bottom of this Hamilton Cardinal lineup today. So these are the outs that Wilhenis Alvarado needs to get if he's going to be successful in this outing. And he's not going to get out here. This one's lined into center field. That one's down, and this is going to score another run for the Hamilton Cardinals. And that's the first hit for Evan Simons as a member of the Hamilton Cardinals, and it's an RBI single. And it's 5-0 Hamilton.
That's a good swing on the ball. It looked like another off-speed pitch on the inner half, and he just kind of kept the hands back and just drove it just into straight center field.
And now this one's drilled deep to left field, and that one's gone. Andrew Johnston gets into one. That's his second home run of the season. And now the Hamilton Cardinals have blown this one open here in the top of the third.
Kept talking about how good this Hamilton Cardinals team has been, and I mean, they went on that little bit of a slide. They've won their last two, though, they won two on the weekend, and they're coming out hot right here against the Maple Leafs.
Second baseman number 11, Cam Gravel.
Well, Andrew Johnston came into this game with just one hit in his last 4 games. And his last home run right at the beginning of the season against the Welland Jackfish on May 19th. But boy, he drilled that baseball. That had a sweet sound off the bat. So Andrew Johnston has had his impact into this game, and now it's Cam Gravel, who's also had an impact in this game on the infield defensively. Came back in the first inning. Gravel getting just his 16th at-bat here with the Hamilton Cardinals this season. The 1-1. That one finds the strike zone. And Zach, here's the thing for the Maple Leafs now. If they don't win this game, I mean, it's not the end of the world. They won 3 games in a row. They've really put themselves in a good position. What they don't want to do, though, is kind of just roll over in this game, right? They have so much momentum. It just feels like if they could get some runs, and it might be too hard to come back in this game down 7-0, but if they could put up some offense, get the offense going. Maybe a couple guys who need a base hit get a base hit. Feels like that might go a long way.
Yeah, and it's just, don't kind of have that roll over and just accept the loss kind of thing. Just continue to go up and have good at-bats. And obviously not saying you're going to for sure come back from a 7-0 deficit, but you can still kind of have good at bats and go into the next game have good processes.
3-2 on the number 9 hitter, Gravel. And it's outside, ball 4. Cam Gravel will jog down to first base. And here comes the top of the order. So just on that point, the Maple Leafs aren't going to play their next game until Saturday against the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. So they have some time off here. There's a good chance that, if there's any pitchers that need work down there, which they probably won't because they just had 3 games, 3 days, but they'll use them. And, I mean, you can see there, the Kitchener Panthers, with the Maple Leafs loss today, they're looming behind Toronto. So, Maple Leafs probably don't want to be looking in front of them or behind them right now, but you can't help but think about that too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's always in the back of the mind.
Either way, this week will go down as wildly successful for Toronto. Season changing, pretty much.
You might even say it was the TSN turning point.
Yeah, you might. Depends who you work for, I guess. 1-1, the count on De Castro. There goes the runner, pitch way inside. Mars threw down to second base. It's off the glove of his brother Dan. It rolls into the outfield. De Castro's gonna hold there. Should say Cam Gravel at second base.
Wise play by Dan Mara. He didn't move his glove off of the player, and he just kind of kept it there, allowing Lewis to get the ball, and he stayed at second. So heads up play all around.
Raquelbin De Castro is 1 for 2 already in this game. Hamilton Cardinals are already on their 3rd time through the batting order with nobody outs here in the top of the 3rd. There's a strike on the breaking ball from Alvarado. Luis Bernardo on deck. A 2-2. On the ground towards third. That one is going to take an awful hop at third base and goes into the outfield. Another run is coming to the plate. The throw home is in time. They got him. What a throw from Ryan Dos Santos out there in left field. And the Maple Leafs cut down a run at the plate.
A fantastic throw in from Dos Santos. You can see him and Vinicio were communicating very well on that play. He called Vinicio off immediately, and then he fires an absolute strike. Great arm over there in left.
Yeah, that needed to be a very good throw. Not perfect, a very good throw. It wasn't a particularly wise decision to go home there with nobody outs. And Johannes Alvarado kind of on the ropes, but it was a perfect throw home. So that ignites a little bit of fire for the Maple Leafs there. Justin Morrow was pretty fired up at home plate after Maple Leafs got that out.
Yeah, Morrow had a really nice pick on that play too. Nice pick and tag.
0-2 the count here on Luis Bernardo. The throw home did allow De Castro to move up an extra 90 feet, so he's at second base. Considering the outcome, that's inconsequential to the Maple Leafs, but it does push him into scoring position for Luis Bernardo. And Bernardo fouls it off. Boy, he was way in front of that Alvarado breaking ball, but what a job to make the adjustment and get a piece of it. we should start as well by mentioning how that ball even got to the outfield. That was
Yeah, that hop was ridiculous.
yeah, I don't even know how that happened. It was rolling foul. John Salazzo had kind of given up on it going into foul territory, and then it just took a sharp turn and went past him on his left side.
It somehow hit the lip of the grass, and instead of hitting the lip and going left, it went right. Don't know how that's possible.
Two and two on Bernardo. Maple Leafs gifted by being able to cut down an extra run at home plate, now trying to take advantage. This one's fouled off again. Boy, well, Hennis Alvarado was planning to go, 70, 80, 90 pitches deep into this game, but they're all coming to Luis Bernardo right here.
This is a long at-bat and a really good at-bat by Luis Bernardo. He's fouled off everything except the kitchen sink at this point.
Hamilton has scored 3 runs in the first, or 1 in the first, 3 in the second, and 3 in the third. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Well, Hennis Alvarado wins that battle. And you kind of saw a bit of a stab at that baseball as he caught it from Alvarado. He's a bit frustrated out there on the mound for the Maple Leafs. But there's no one warming up in the bullpen. They need him right now. So 2 outs in the inning. And this one's fouled off. And this one doesn't take the crazy bounce on John Salazzo, but he stayed with it this time.
Salazzo was saying, I'm not giving up on this one this time. There's no way it's taking a sharp right turn.
Oh, and the 1. The count here on Tyler Duncan. This is the guy that Hennis Alvarado was brought in to face an inning ago. The 0-1, swing and a miss. And that's the pitch he threw Tyler Duncan to start off the at-bat, too. And now the count's 0-2. Unfortunately, Hennis Alvarado missed with that breaking ball on a 3-2 pitch. That forced in a run for the Hamilton Cardinals. And after that, they've just kept tacking on.
Yeah, and I don't even think the pitch that he missed to Tyler Duncan was a bad miss either. It was a really good pitch. It's just the umpire said that it just missed the outside corner.
Oh, this one's hammered deep to left field, and there's no doubt about that one. That's way out of the ballpark for Tyler Duncan, and it was opposite field as well. That makes it 9-0 Hamilton Cardinals. That's 6 home runs on the season for the Home Run Derby champ.
And I mean, that's just easy power going the opposite way like that. Phenomenal swing out of Tyler Duncan, and just shows why he's one of the best hitters here in the league and on this Hamilton Cardinals squad.
Alex Lanigan starting to get loose in the bullpen for the Maple Leafs. He's their new trade deadline acquisition, signed from the Hamilton Cardinals. So that could be an interesting situation for him. I think he's probably going to come into this game. Swing and a miss. Another good breaking ball from Alvarado. Just have made a couple mistake pitches that have cost him in this outing. Another breaking ball. Demanding fouls it off, and it's 0-2. Well, Alvarado's been getting ahead of hitters this inning, but just can't find that put-away pitch. Alex Lanigan last played for the Hamilton Cardinals on July 12th. So if he comes into this game, it'll be his first outing since about half a month. And he had some good innings for Hamilton. At an ERA of 5.40, appeared in 7 games this season. He's been with the Cardinals for the last 2 years, so there'll be some familiar faces on the other side of things if he comes into the game. This one's hit in the air. Not too deep to center field. Connor Lewis has room, and he makes the catch, and that will end the inning. Unfortunately for Toronto, it was a long one. The Hamilton Cardinals tack on 5 more and lead 9-0 over Toronto. Well, welcome back to Toronto Maple Leafs Baseball on YouTube. That's brought to you by MNP, national in scope, local in focus. MNP is one of Canada's leading professional services firms, proudly serving individuals, businesses, and organizations since 1958. Cole Murchison leading things off for the Maple Leafs, facing Takaki Iguchi, and he delivers outside ball 1. Jose Vinicio is the leadoff hitter. He's on deck, and then Jordan Castaldo. Murchison takes outside 2-0. Well, Maple Leafs need a lot of runs. They also need some base runners. That one's right down the middle. Cole Murchison was taking all the way. Obviously, he worked himself into a hitter's count there, but the Maple Leafs need some walks if they want to come back into the game, and that was a responsible take there from the youngster Murchison. That one was a big hack. He was swinging at that one, and it's 2-2. Inside. Full count. Good take there from Murchison.
Working a pretty solid at bat here is Murchison, trying to get something he can carry.
Oh, he got a pitch he could hit there, and he fouled it straight back. Well, here's the game within the game now if the Maple Leafs can't come back. The Hamilton Cardinals don't play tomorrow, but they do play on Friday. That's in 2 days' time. So the length that Iguchi can provide here saves bullpen arms. And that won't help. He walked Cole Murchison, who heads down to first base. They play the London Majors, a team that basically just throws starter after starter at you. So they're not going to outpitch London in how many people are coming out of the bullpen department. But, you know, they've got lots of guys down there in the pen. They'd love to not use them. Or just use a couple that they need to get working, that kind of thing. Here's Jose Vinicio. Big swing and a miss. That one went right off the home plate umpire. And that might have stung him a little bit. I think that might have gone right off the, right off his mask.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to run through it quickly.
Yeah, because Luis Bernardo right away just
turned around and grabbed him.
Yeah, it felt like he was going to fall down or something, but Luis Bernardo wasn't going to take that chance. Looks like we're going to get underway. Taki Iguchi is going to switch up the baseball. He took a huge hack at that first pitch and is now behind in the count 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. No, it's a throwback to first base, and it's close. Murchison dives back in.
Murchison not really known for stealing.
Benicio hits a high chopper to DeCastro. He flips to second for one. On to first, not in time. A fielder's choice, and the Maple Leafs have an out against them, but they do replace a little bit more speed at first base.
It's not a bad trade, especially getting more speed with Benicio on first now, and you still have a lot of good bats coming up in Castaldo, Salazzo, and Connect.
Yeah, Jordan Castaldo, John Salazzo. If they could both get a couple hits this game, that would make a lot of Maple Leafs fans very happy. Jordan Castaldo he's been hitting well all year. He's hitting .292 on the season, but he's never really caught fire yet this season. We've seen that in the past from Jordan Castaldo. Always solid, sometimes incredible. This season, he's just been very solid. Jordan Castaldo wasn't even sure if he was going to play for the Maple Leafs this season, which, looking back on how well he's done this year, that's a crazy thought. But the only reason he came back was he started training to be a firefighter, and the physical fitness that you have to be a firefighter is so high that Jordan Castaldo found that he was in better shape than he ever was coming into this season, so he said, I better use that to play some baseball.
Yeah,
so
not bad whatsoever.
The Maple Leafs won't mind taking the IBL great back on their roster. He's also not that old. I think he's 35. Maple Leafs have a lot of older players than 35 on their roster.
I think there's one key one that you can name.
Yeah. 2 40-year-olds.
Yep.
DR and Enel Castro. Dustin Richardson, that is. Here's the 2-1. Boy, what an outing Enel Castro had last time out against London. Wasn't that incredible?
Oh, phenomenal. I mean, you can hear the energy. You saw the yell counter. He was fired up the whole time.
Yeah. 3-1 now, the count on Jordan Castaldo. It was a good... John Salazzo hits this one in the air, but this one's going to be playable out there in right field. And catch made. That's out number 2. It's Dennis DeVanning out there in right.
Right fielder number 29, Marcus.
Oh, Marcus Connect is going to come to the plate for the Maple Leafs. And Marcus Connect, we didn't mention it because we were chatting with Dionysius Chalus at the time, but Connect hit the highest ball up on that wall out there without it being a home run that I've seen.
I wanted to talk about that. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah.
I was down there and you're looking up. For a split second, it looked like it was going to die right in front of the fence, but it just kept carrying. And I think it hit the last chain link on the top of the fence.
Yeah, it did.
It barely missed for a home run.
Marcus Connect's one of those guys that the Maple Leafs kind of want to get going too, and you know, that's good contact. And Marcus Connect's a veteran hitter. He won't be fazed by that at all. But would have been nice for Marcus Connect, I think, just to see that ball go out, especially to opposite field. Connect's gonna take a strike. Not the easiest task to go opposite field against a side-winding Takaki Iguchi either as a right-handed batter, but he nearly did. Connect fouls it off. 2-2 the count on Marcus Connect.
He's fighting, and Marcus Connect in this second half of the season, he's put up a lot of good swings, and we keep mentioning, I should say, like how slow of a start he had to the season. But really, the second half, he's picked it up. He's looked really good with the bat, and this is kind of the run that the Maple Leafs need, especially if they make that playoff run.
Marcus Connect drills it deep to left field, and it is foul.
He wanted to make sure that time it had no doubt of clearing the fence.
Yeah, that one had plenty of distance. And was that an off-speed pitch there that Marcus Connect hit?
I think it was.
Yeah, that's been a bit of a hole in his swing this season. But he got the head out on that one. The 1-2, up and away, 2-2.
And again, obviously, the deficit being 7 right now. If you can just kind of scratch and claw in these early innings and get a couple good innings out of some pitching, if you're the Maple Leafs, this game isn't fully out of reach yet. But it all starts right here, just getting some of these runners on base to score.
Chopped foul, and Marcus Connect continues to battle. Iguchi forced to throw quite a bit of pitches. Remember, the Hamilton Cardinals trying to win this game and win it with as many starting or as little pitchers as possible to save up for their game on Friday against London. That one finds the inside corner for strike 3 called. That will get Iguchi out of the inning, and he strands more Maple Leafs base runners on the base path. It's the Hamilton Cardinals well out in front. They lead 9-0 against Toronto. So the Maple Leafs are going to get a look at their new acquisition, Alex Lanigan, former Hamilton Cardinal, spent a couple seasons there, pitched well this season, and the Maple Leafs are looking forward to what he's going to bring out of the bullpen. Also played a little bit of university baseball as well, and now pitches on this mound at Dominica Field for the 3rd time.
Yeah, and why not? See what you have in your newly acquired pitcher, Alex Lanigan. And it would be helpful because we know how short at right now the pitching staff is. Obviously, you don't know about DR, who's still kind of recovering from that hamstring. Mm-hmm. But if you can get something out of Lanigan here, that'd be massive going forward, especially for the playoffs.
I think there's a good chance they will get something out of Alex Lanigan. He's a guy with a great baseball resume. He's established himself in the Inter-County Baseball League as well. He's going to be pitching to Justin Mara, who the Maple Leafs didn't make a ton of deadline acquisitions. They're hoping for internal improvements to try and help them out on the playoff run.
Yeah, exactly. And if you can get a new arm that comes in and is able to produce it, I mean, that's massive, especially like in the playoffs, like we mentioned.
The one thing that did hurt the Maple Leafs in terms of signing people before the deadline was no one was a seller.
Yeah.
Like every single team in the IBL added players, which we see that a lot, right? There's one team that doesn't make the playoffs. Every team thinks they're not going to be that team that doesn't make the playoffs. So the talent got spread around the IBL a lot. Didn't seem like there was one team that really just dominated the deadline. And I mean, a lot of the top teams were already pretty happy with who they had. They didn't feel like there was a lot of guys that they could get to improve. The 1-0 fouled off. Lanigan was one of those players that was released, and the Maple Leafs were happy that they could pick him up. Obviously, he would have had a little bit of extra time after the trade deadline to get picked up if he needed to. And there's no question that he would have landed with some IBL team.
Good young arm.
The 2-1 on the ground. Dan Mara can't quite get a glove on it. It's into the outfield for a base hit. So that's going to bring a guy who's been hot lately for Hamilton, and Cole Ian Tomasi. And then on deck is Evan Simons, who has had a great start to his Hamilton Cardinal career. He's 1 for 1 with an RBI, base hit, and a walk. The 1-0 in the dirt. So, Zach, you and I just looked at each other there.
I was hoping that's a camera flash.
Yeah, but I think we just saw a bolt of lightning out to our left. The 2-0. This one smashed deep to left field, and it's off the wall. Ian Tomasi cruises into second base, and he's got himself another sharply hit ball. And that brings up Evan Simons.
This is another fantastic piece of hitting by Ian Tomasi. I mean, wow, he got a hold of that one.
Number 48, Evan Simons.
2 runners in scoring position. And runners on second and third. The 1-0. This one's popped up on the infield. Jose Vinicio has entered and he makes the catch. Step one to try and get out of this jam for Simons.
Designated hitter number 9, Andrew Johnston.
We trying to filter out some profanity that was going on near the broadcast booth there. That's why you didn't hear any sound there for a minute.
Christie Pitts, Public Park.
Yeah. I think it's subsided.
I hope so.
Here's the 1-0. In there for a strike 1-1.
And if you were wondering, no, it wasn't angry fans.
Yeah. And there was no need for an explanation there
Yeah,
as well.
really.
That was pure generosity.
Yep.
The 1-1. Upstairs. Well, Alex Lanigan could get out of this jam. That would be a welcome sight for the Maple Leafs. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Up and away, 3-1. Andrew Johnston smashed a home run in his last at-bat. He was trying to do it again.
Got a pitch to hit. I think it's, I thought it was stuck in the fence.
That home run was of the 2-run variety. Cashed in a couple and doubled his RBI total for the season. Full count pitch here from Lanigan. And it's fouled off. And Alex Lanigan has found himself back in the fight. 9-0 Hamilton Cardinals here in the top of the 4th inning. Lanigan's 3-2. Breaking ball hammered to the left field side, and it's down the line for a base hit. That's going to be a double for Johnston, who's having himself a heck of a day. It's going to cash in 2 more runs for the Hamilton Cardinals, and they lead 11-0.
This is great hitting right there by Johnston. I mean, he sat back on that, looked like a changeup, and just kind of drove it, tucked it perfectly in between the line and Salazzo, and it's 2 more RBIs for him.
Cam Gravel is going to come to the plate. That's now 4 RBIs on the game for Andrew Johnston. How about that? Gravel, the number 9 hitter and the second baseman. Hitting 200 on the season. He's 0 for 1 today, but he's walked. One of just 2 hitters in the Hamilton Cardinals lineup that don't have a hit yet. Believe it or not, Dennis Demanning is the only one that hasn't got himself on base. The 2-0. On the ground to second base. Dan Mara has it. Throws to first in time to get the out, and now there's 2 away. Well, it's going to turn things over to the top of the order. Raquelbin de Castro comes to the plate. And he is looking like an asset here for this Hamilton Cardinals team. He's 2 for 3 today. Obviously just 7 at-bats, but it's been a good start, and it might continue. This one slashed down the line. That is a fair ball. Just inside the line. Another run comes into the score. It's 12-0. Into second base with a slide is to Castro, and he's got himself a double. And that's already a 3-hit day for Raquelbin de Castro in the top of the 4th inning.
Wow. Have yourself a day in the leadoff spot. I mean, he is looking good, and even the first at-bat he had in the first inning wasn't a soft hit. It was a deep fly ball to center field, so he is seeing the ball extremely well right now.
Well, we've talked about the 5-0 loss for the Hamilton Cardinals against Brantford, but they've been playing well lately. They've won 2 of their last 3 games, and it looks like they're well on their way to 3 of their last 4. And 12 runs in the first 3 2/3 innings here against Toronto. The 1-0 in the dirt. Two 2-0 to Bernardo. And he finds the outside corner for a strike, and it's 2-1. Hamilton Cardinals have tacked on 3 more runs here in the 4th inning. And I think it might just end now. This one's a pop-up. Jose Vinicio, he's under it. He makes the catch. And that does it. So the Hamilton Cardinals scored 1 in the first. They scored 2 in the second. They scored 5 in the third. And they scored 3 more in the 4th and lead 12-0 over Toronto. Well, this is Toronto Maple Leafs baseball on YouTube, brought to you by MNP here at Dominico Field. It's been a long one so far for the Maple Leafs. They're trailing 12-0 against the Hamilton Cardinals. And it's Justin Mara who comes to the plate. Justin Mara has an excellent walk-up song.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
Loved by the outfield. Two and out. On the ground. To third base. Throw to first. Picked up at first by Connor Hicks. What a play. The throw from Ian Tomasi was in the dirt. That was a tough pick by Hicks.
It's a fantastic play to just pick that like that.
Are there any walk-up songs that are your favorite?
Ooh. Probably Mara's. Mara's is definitely up there for number 1.
Yeah.
I like the song that Salazzo has. It's just a great pop song.
Salazzo, $1 Million Baby.
Yep, that's a good one.
Yeah. Julian Tomachko has a nice one, too. This one's lined into the outfield, caught in center field. It's been that kind of day for the Maple Leafs. As Ryan Dos Santos lines out to center. Everlong by the Foo Fighters.
Left fielder number 25, Julian Johnston.
Oh, my favorite. Greg Carrington's pitching one. The head of the table.
Oh, that's
Roman Reigns.
The WWE.
Oh yeah,
guy?
acknowledge the tribal chief, Greg Carrington.
Julian Johnston now into the game, and he hits one to third. Long throw by Ian Tomasi. That one finds the mark. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Takaki Iguchi in the bottom of the fourth inning. Maple Leafs trail 12-0. Oh, back here at Dominico Field. That was a quick inning for Takaki Iguchi in the bottom of the fourth, so it doesn't give much rest to Alex Lanigan, who had to throw a lot of pitches back in his half of the fourth inning. A couple of changes in the outfield for the Maple Leafs. Jesse Hodges is now going to play right field. Position we haven't seen him much yet this year. He's usually in left. Marcus Connect is pushed to center field, and Julian Johnston is in the game in left. The 1-1. Outside corner for a strike. That Mike do something to you?
No, the table.
Oh, okay.
Smacked it.
Don't do that next time.
I know, it hurts.
Brilliant. The 1-2 fouled off.
Score is lopsided. I'm hitting tables.
It's not that serious, man.
What a night it's been at Dominico Field.
Just gotta chill out. All right.
Oh yeah, I'll get right on that.
1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Alex Lanigan gets the strikeout, and it's of Tyler Duncan.
Number 16, Dennis McMahon.
Speaking of guys that the Maple Leafs want to get going in this game and use that as an opportunity to do so, Jesse Hodges.
Oh yeah.
That's a guy that they are going to need his bat at some point or another. I mean, they're going to need his pitching probably at some point or another too, but if they could have both, that would go a long way for this Maple Leafs team.
He's been looming around. I saw him run out towards the bullpen and then did a couple tosses out there and ran back to the bench. So he's staying active.
Yeah, Jesse Hodges is one of those players that kind of suffers from having to have a job outside of playing in the Inter-County Baseball League, which everyone does, but he does a lot of coaching, which unfortunately lines up with Maple Leafs baseball a lot. But as the season goes on, I think we'll start to see him in the mix a little bit more. 1-2 on to Banning. Jesse Hodges in the offseason said he really wanted to get as much time as he possibly could with the Leafs this year, but just hasn't got that opportunity yet this season.
I don't know what just happened on the right side of the hill, but it was something.
Something's going to happen again. Same ball. That one actually is up onto the street. Yeah, there's quite a few fans. There was some worried that the torrential rain shower that we had before the game might off-put some Maple Leafs fans from coming to the game today, but they are spotted up and down the hill. It's a beautiful night. It's a little warm still, actually.
It is very humid.
It's
mosquitoes are out.
Are they?
My hand is itching. My calf is itching. I'm getting bitten alive over here.
This
This is not fun.
I'm fine.
It must be a nice life that you're living.
Yeah, it is.
Over in that chair beside me.
A 1-2 from Lanigan. Lined into the outfield, and it's a base hit. Dennis DeBanning has himself a hit, and that's his first hit of the day. So now just one Hamilton Cardinal that does not have a hit.
First baseman number 24, Connor Hicks.
Connor Hicks, the first baseman, had a heck of a pick at first base on a throw from third last inning. First pitch is a strike from Lanigan. Well, I think the Maple Leafs are hoping to get some length here from Alex Lanigan. And he hasn't done that a lot in his IBL career. Last season, back in 2023, he went 5 innings against Kitchener. That was the longest outing of his IBL career. So far, this season, he's never pitched more than 2 innings.
My guess would be to get him into the 7th at the best, and if not, into the 6th.
Yeah, probably the 6th, you'd think, right?
Yeah, and then they have the arms up. They have Tomachko down there. I believe also Adam Marr is there as well, and Max Lanoux.
So far, Lanigan threw an inning and a third. This one's popped up. Connor Hicks has hit it to center field, and the new center fielder, Marcus Connect, makes the catch. So 2 down. That'll bring up Hamilton's third baseman, Cole Ian Tomasi. Cole Ian Tomasi came up through the Toronto Mets system here in the area.
It's okay, we're going to do something now.
Just,
We're going to do limbo down there.
he's 21 years old.
But just feel free to play over.
Yeah, he's had himself a phenomenal game. I mean, he went down looking in the first plate appearance, but ever since then, it's 2 hits. And
He shatters the bat and hits it to center field, and a dive by Marcus Connect, but it gets down.
There's 10 people limboing for $25. It's going to be a shit show.
That bat died a quick death, but it also died a hero.
died a hero.
That thing shattered on the infield. He's still got enough wood on it to get it into the outfield.
I mean, what can you do to get this guy out?
Yeah, he's got a big smile on his face there.
I could imagine. Frame that one up, put it in the room.
First and third. And fouled off to the third base side. Maple Leafs will have Dan Mara, Cole Murchison, and Jose Vinicio coming up in the bottom half of the 5th, assuming there's no more substitutions. And that one finds the zone for strike 3. Alex Lanigan gets himself through a scoreless inning as he sets down Evan Simons, and it's a 12-0 lead for the Hamilton Cardinals over Toronto. We'll take a quick break and be right back. Castaldo from the Toronto Maple Leafs. Jordan, just your thoughts on being here at the All-Star game.
Yeah, no, really cool, really well done. It's a lot of fun to see a lot of faces that I've got to know over the years. So doing a great job so far. Wouldn't expect anything less out of this place. They've done a real good job since coming to the league. So a lot of fun so far. Looking forward to the rest of the day.
Your teammate Johnston was in the home run derby. I know he didn't get out of the first round, but he did hit 9 home runs, and we were all kind of proud of the performance.
I thought John put on an excellent performance. Nothing to be ashamed about. It's a big yard here. 9 is no number to crying about. That's a really good round. He definitely would have beat me if I was against him in that first round. So very proud of him. I was looking forward to it. I think he had a lot of fun, and it was fun to see him bop a few out of here.
Jordan, I know you're friends with a lot of guys in the Intercounty Baseball League. You've been in this league for quite a while. How cool is it just to see all the talent, just to have it all in one place and get to chat with you?
Yeah, you know what? It's funny when you look at the group. Actually, it is immensely talented. There's a lot of guys who are in pro ball or junior national team or Division I guys. So, I think that's goes hand in hand with what I've been saying all year. The league is incredibly deep. A lot of parity top to bottom. So, really looking forward to the rest of our season and competing with these guys. And it's nice to get a chance to kind of turn off the competitive juices and get to chat with them, because sometimes you get caught up during the middle of summer and you don't get a chance to really talk to these guys. So. It's been a lot of fun so far, and real happy I decided to make the drive, the 3-hour drive here to Welland.
All right, thanks, Jordan.
Appreciate it.
Welcome back to Dominico Fields. Bottom of the 5th inning. Dan Mara at the plate for the Maple Leafs. He's the number 8 hitter, and he's facing Takaki Iguchi, who has quietly been pitching a gem. The reason it's been quiet is that the loud part has been the bats. The Hamilton Cardinals have scored 12 runs over the first 5 innings. In fact, the 5th inning was the only inning they didn't score in. And Iguchi has been dealing. No runs over 4 innings so far. Mara takes a strike. The 2-1 pitch finds the zone. Dan Mara didn't like it.
Yeah, Gucci has looked phenomenal. I mean, like you said, it's been quietly a gem because on the other side, his teammates are making a lot of noise with the bat.
Yeah. Well, Gucci's only needed 65 pitches so far.
And again, it's so hard as a hitter when you're going up to bat and the pitcher is just changing up the angle that his arm is going at. Beautiful piece of hitting there by Dan Mara.
Sure was. That's classic Dan Mara. It's in the gap. Dan Mara thinking about 2.
That was a wide turn. He really wanted it.
Excellent job to put on the brakes there. He would have been out at second base. And the Maple Leafs don't need to be risking it right now. They need home runs with runners on base and walks. That's what needs to happen. But I don't think that's
They
the
need
approach.
home runs, you say?
Yeah, well, okay. Cole Murchison.
Maybe.
You know what? I think he's going to hit his first home run. He's going to hit it in the second deck to deep left field, and he's going to do it on a 3-1 pitch.
Book it.
Oh, he tried.
Looked like a great pitch, but it wasn't the 3-1, so.
Did you catch that reference? You got it? Yeah.
I missed it.
What's that guy's name? Taspasuo? Yasusopo. Yeah, that was the. Yeah, he hit it in Toronto too. Just Google that. Good luck spelling it. All right. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Dan Mara retreats back to second base. He will not be stealing. Even if he had plus speed, he still wouldn't be stealing in this situation. The count 0-2 on Murchison. And it just missed outside. That was a gutsy take on the breaking ball. Tuiasosopo? Tuiasosopo.
Are we still on that?
Yeah. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Yeah, so.
Oh, I have seen that.
Yeah, so,
yes.
Okay. So the reference is the commentator, and I think it was at Rogers Center.
Yeah,
too.
it was.
The commentator calling Tuiasosopo's home run called that he was going to hit his first
IBL
his first MLB home run, and the color commentator or the play-by-play, whoever it was, kind of pressed him on it, and he predicted where he was going to hit the ball and what the count was going to be, and he did it.
I do
for his
remember
first
that.
home run.
That just unlocked a memory in me that I forgot I had.
Yeah.
Like seeing that video.
Mike Blowers and Rick Riz were the commentators. Not really.
Way to pull that one out of left field. That was awesome.
Yeah, well, we're actually watching it right now.
That's great.
Jose Vinicio taking all the way, knowing the importance of getting on base, and the count's now 2-1. No, I'm not saying it again. I clearly can't say it. We've established that.
But the 15th time is the charm, my friend.
Vinicio, a little soft liner. That one finds its way into the outfield. And the Maple Leafs have 2 on here in the bottom of the 5th.
And again, you're down by a boatload of runs, but if you can have at-bats like that for the Maple Leafs, especially out of a guy like Jose Vinicio, that is massive going forward for this final stretch of regular season play.
Sure is. So now it brings up Jordan Castaldo, great RBI guy. A comeback isn't on the mind of the Maple Leafs right now. They're just trying to tack on some runs and have some quality at-bats. The worst thing that you want to do in games like this are start to create bad habits, especially when you've just created a lot of good habits. Well, the Hamilton Cardinals also have aspirations of trying to work their way up in the standings. And they got some really tough teams ahead of them, but they're in a really good position to do that. They got 5 more home games left in the season out of the 8 games they have remaining. Here's the 2-0 to Jordan Castaldo. And he pops it up. Shallow in the outfield. And it's the new addition, Simons, who makes the catch.
And it looked like when Castaldo came through the zone, he kind of dipped the back a little bit, and the barrel trailed, and it was a pop-up the opposite way.
John Salazzo comes to the plate. Maple Leafs have had runners on base on multiple occasions in this game. They have 5 hits in their first 5 innings, but they just haven't been able to cash them in. They're at risk of doing that again here.
It also just kind of seems like one of those nights for the Leafs. You know, anytime they hit the ball hard, it's right at a defender. Look at the line drive Salazzo hit in the first, the line drive to center field that Dos Santos hit as well. I mean, they're just not getting lucky.
The 1-0. A breaking ball outside. Salazzo will leave it right there, and it's 2-0.
And then another hard hit ball was the Marcus Connect one down the left field line that just curled foul. I mean, if those hits go through and that home run happens, it's a different ball game.
Salazzo hits it hard on the ground. This one's to second base. Throw to first in time to get the out. Gravel has been very solid defensively there at second for the Hamilton Cardinals. The Maple Leafs can't score in the fifth and trail 12-0 to Hamilton. Alex Lanigan is back on the mound for the Maple Leafs. He's going to face Andrew Johnston. What a day it has been for Andrew Johnston of the Hamilton Cardinals. He's rated his batting average 60 points today. And he hits this one in the air to center field. He's hit this one pretty well. And that one's gone. Are you kidding me? Andrew Johnston has another one. 2 home runs. Now 5 RBIs. And it's 13-0 Hamilton.
I mean, have yourself a day. That is fantastic approaches every at-bat. I mean, he went down looking in his first at-bat. Oh, excuse me. That was the batter ahead of him. He has just been electric. I mean, he walked in his first at-bat, home run, then the double, and then a home run again. I mean, he is mashing the baseball right now.
This one's hit on the ground, and that one's going to get through. Cam Graffel has himself a base hit, and now everyone in the Hamilton Cardinal lineup has themselves a knock. Well, the Hamilton Cardinals were just kind of waiting for that bat of Andrew Johnston. I mean, he hadn't had a great start to the season in terms of the batting average, but his resume is really good. I mean, he's a guy who played some Division I baseball out in San Jose last year, and I mean, we've seen that Division I has translated very well. So, yeah, it's working. It's working right now for him. The other thing that was interesting about Andrew Johnston was he represented Team Great Britain at one point. And I'm not entirely sure when it was, but Maple Leafs had a guy in Anthony Buonaiuto early in the season who was on that team as well, so I'm wondering if they would have linked up at any point in time.
Ever cross paths?
I've
2-0. Here on to Castro, and he hits it in the air. This one's deep to left field, and it's off the wall. Throw comes back into the cutoff man, Jose Vinicio, and there's runners on second and third with nobody out here for Hamilton. No action yet in the Maple Leafs bullpen.
Catcher number 14, Luis Alvarado.
I mean, how about these bats for Hamilton? They have looked amazing so far. Leadoff batter to Castro, he has been electrifying in that spot.
Maple Leafs have signaled to Julian Tomochko to start getting loose. 1-0 in the dirt. Mike Chiquetto is down there in the bullpen too for the Maple Leafs. That could be interesting.
I think Ryan Dos Santos is down there too.
That could he's out of the game though.
I thought he moved to right field. Oh no, he's out of the game. I'm seeing stars.
Yeah, that would also be interesting though. He was the BP thrower for John Salazzo in the home run derby.
He's told me on numerous occasions that he still has good zipping on his fastball.
Yeah. Here's the 2-1. This one's hit to center field. Marcus Connect comes in and makes the catch, and the runners will hold. We also saw Ryan Dos Santos throw at a runner at home plate in this game as well.
Is that the head of the table over there in the bullpen? Greg Carrington?
Yeah, depends who the head of the table is, I guess.
Greg Carrington.
The
Come on,
WWE reference.
come
My bad. Tyler Duncan at the plate now for Hamilton. He's got a couple runners in scoring position. Boy, Tyler Duncan got a hold of a baseball a couple innings ago, didn't he?
He just got a hold of that foul ball. That might be the farthest hit foul ball up the left side of the street I've ever seen. That almost fully cleared the street to our left.
Yeah, he hit one of the further opposite field home runs that we've seen here at Dominico Field. And now he goes oppo again, and he lines it into the outfield. This is going to plate a couple runs and might be extra bases. Tyler Duncan will steam around first base and cruise into second with a double. And Hamilton leads 15-0.
It's just such an easy swing. He generates so much power, and it doesn't look like it, but it's just light work power right there out of Tyler Duncan.
Julian Tomochko is now getting loose in the bullpen for the Maple Leafs, thrown off the mound.
Right fielder number 16, Dennis Alvarado.
Well, this is the second time this season the Hamilton Cardinals have scored 15 against Toronto. May 31st, they won 15-9. A little bit of a different game than what we have here, but they have scored some runs against Maple Leaf pitching this season.
Yeah, they see the ball really well out of the Maple Leaf pitcher's hands.
They get one more. That's the highest run total that Hamilton has this year. Swing and a miss. On the Maple Leaf side of things, it was 19. It came the other day. That was a game where they won 19-17 against the Kitchener Panthers, did Toronto.
What a game that was.
That was a game.
Saw a little bit of everything.
Yep. The 1-1. And it's fouled off. Dennis DeBanning is at the plate for Hamilton. He had a base hit in his last at-bat. That's a swing and a miss, strike 3. So Alex Lanigan gets another strikeout. 2 away. Connor Hicks comes to the plate. And Rob Butler is going to make a move to the bullpen. Well, the pitch count for Alex Lanigan starting to get up there. And he is out of the game. And it looks like Julian Tomachko, yes, is coming in for Toronto. We'll be right back. Well, Greg Carrington said he never really knows what his
really
role
cool,
is going to be
really
when
well
he comes
done.
to the ballpark every day, whether it be in the lineup as a hitter or out of the bullpen as a pitcher. Now attempting to get his first save in the Intercounty Baseball League. I don't know if you've been in a scenario like that, but I don't know if Greg knew he was going to be in that situation today. What can you say about him coming to this game and just what he's been able to do on it?
Oh, Greg's been awesome, man. Like, just nothing phases him, and yeah, Richie was going to go back out. Greg was not ready to come in that game, and we called his number with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. When Richie went down and came in 1-2-3 inning in the top of the 9th, but you can't ask for more than that. He's been amazing this year.
2-2 hit on the ground. Jordan Castaldo has it on a nice big high hop, and he gives it to Carrington, who's covering the bag.
Out of it yet, they can still make it into a playoff spot.
Smash to center field. Back goes Connor Lewis, and he reaches up and makes a great catch. Maple Leafs a strike away from breaking the streak and bringing themselves to within touching distance of the Brantford Red Sox for the last playoff spot in the IBL. The 0-2. On the ground, Dan Mara gobbles it up, whips to first in time to get the out, and the streak is broken. Greg Carrington, you have your first save in the Intercounty Baseball League, and the Maple Leafs get a much-needed win. They take it 6-4.
Now batting the first baseman, number 24, Connor Hicks.
Well, Julian Tomachko into the game for the Maple Leafs. Connor Hicks is at the plate. Just looking through the record books of the Hamilton Cardinals. 15 runs, as this one's hit on the ground to Johnston. Laza bobbles it momentarily, then throws to first in time to get the out. And that was out number 3. All right, that will do it for the inning. 15-0 Hamilton Cardinals. We'll take another quick break and be right back. Back here at Dominico Field, Marcus Connect leading things off for the Maple Leafs, and he takes strike one from Takaki Iguchi. Still on the mound. He started this game for Hamilton, and he still hasn't given up a run. Substitution in the outfield is Brendan Daly. He's come in to play left field. 0-2 on Marcus Connect, who just swung through a very off-speed pitch from Iguchi. And now he pops this one up on the infield. Ian Tomasi over, and he makes the catch at third base, out number 1.
Pitcher number 9, Justin Mora.
Justin Mara gets an at-bat here, and then turns it over to Jesse Hodges, who came into the game defensively for the Maple Leafs. Slow breaking ball from Iguchi, misses high.
Maple Leaf faithful, they're still strong here. Just heard the charge chant.
That one's low to Justin Mara. It's 2-1. Iguchi at 89 pitches here in the 6th. A strike to Mara. 2-2. Mara hits it in the air to center. Not deep. Tyler Duncan there, and he makes the catch. 2 away in the bottom of the 6th.
And again, they're hitting the ball really well. It's just always to a defender, it seems like. Oh, you want to talk about walk-up songs? Jesse Hodge is another good song.
Day and Night.
Oh yeah, it's a classic.
Day and Night by Kid Cudi.
A classic.
Iguchi's 1-0. That misses as well. 2-0 here on Jesse Hodges. Way outside 3-0. Takaki Iguchi kind of tapped his chest saying, "My bad." And that might be for shaking off the sign for a fastball there in a 2-0 count in a 15-0 game. There's the fastball, and it's right down the middle for a strike. No need to mess around in this situation. If you're Iguchi, strikes are the key to success. There's another one. So Julian Johnston comes to the plate for the Maple Leafs, and that pitch is in the dirt. Charlie Towers looks like he's going to get an at-bat. He's on deck. Johnston, a huge swing and a miss, and the count's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch is in there for a strike on the outside corner. Julian Johnston has hit 167 for the Maple Leafs this season. And a big cut and a miss, strike 3. Boy, Takaki Iguchi has been dominant in this one. Just over 100 pitches, and he's got through 6 scoreless innings against the Maple Leafs. All right, Julian Tomoshko on the mound for the Maple Leafs now. He's going to face Hamilton's third baseman, Cole Ian Tomasi, and the first pitch is high, ball one. Julian Tomoshko hasn't gone more than 2 innings this season. He's been traditionally a 1-inning guy, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's in the cards, 1 or 2 innings for Tomoshko. Don't think he really likes going more than 1 inning. He's kind of committed to that, give everything you got over 1 inning, and this one's popped up down the line. Oh boy. Jesse Hodges comes in and makes a great catch. There were 3 Maple Leafs all converging on that baseball, and Hodges calls everybody off. They listened, and he makes the catch. So we'll see a first at-bat of the game here from Brendan Daly as he came in defensively. Couple more substitutions on the infield for the Maple Leafs. Dionysius Chalus is into the game. He's going to do the catching. Charlie Towers comes in at shortstop, and Jose Vinicio slides to second base. So this is something that we've seen before. And last time the Maple Leafs did that, they rolled a double play between Jose Vinicio and...
It was a slick move, too.
Yeah, it was, and Charlie Towers. So this has been what seems like an experiment on the infield for the Maple Leafs. And it's worked out well so far. That's a pretty good middle in the infield there defensively between Vinicio and Towers.
Yeah.
Any way you cut it, really.
Pretty solid.
And you can go ahead and anchor a couple vets on the corners with John Salazzo and Jordan Castaldo. And Jose Vinicio's kind of a veteran too, but Tomoshko misses with the first 2 pitches to Brendan Daly. Daly is hitting .294 and 51 at-bats for Hamilton this season. Now he's ahead in the count 3-0. This one's gonna find its way into the outfield, and that's a base hit for Daly.
That one took a sharp hop.
Well, it has been a heck of a day at the plate for Andrew Johnston. Has himself a couple of home runs and 5 RBIs. And this one's hit very deep, but very foul down the right field line. Tomoshko has a runner on first base. That's Brendan Daly, who came up and got a base hit in his first at-bat of the game as he came in for Evan Simons. So, once again, every single hitter in the lineup for the Hamilton Cardinals has a hit and make that 10 batters.
Yeah, 1 through 9. Well, 1 through 10, I guess. They're all just seeing the ball really, really well right now.
Hamilton, through the first 6 innings, has 15 runs on 18 hits. Two and two the count here on Andrew Johnston. Boy, if he could come up with another hit here, that would give him a 4-hit day. This one's hit on the ground. Little tapper to Jose Vinicio. Flips to second for one. On to first, offline. The Maple Leafs do record one out, and now there's two away. So Johnston is going to have to remain at 3 for 4 with 5 RBIs and 4 runs scored in the walk. So we're going to see an at-bat here from Nolan Boyle, we think. We got a player in the lineup here not on the lineup card, and no 22s in the Hamilton Cardinal lineup, but he was signed rather recently. I think the umpires are also trying to figure out who's into the game. Yeah, our PA doesn't quite have a read on it either.
Yeah. We're trying to all figure it out here.
Yeah, we're looking. This is off the glove of Chalus. It's going to go to the backstop, so that puts a runner in scoring position for maybe Boyle. It's hard to say, though, isn't it?
I mean, we could always run down the hill and ask.
Go ahead.
I didn't volunteer to do it. I just said we could.
We 2-0 the count here on 22. And it's fouled off. And this one's hammered deep to left field. Is it going to stay fair? Not quite. Foul ball. Also did not quite have home run distance, but definitely would have had double distance. If there's anyone in the chat, maybe they could help us out. 22 on Hamilton.
We're going to do another race.
The 2-2.
Okay, just ice.
In the dirt, the count runs full.
No. Okay, so something fun.
A race? Yeah, I got lots of races.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, okay, great. Okay, cool.
Thank you.
So that's at we're doing the 7th inning stretch and then.
7th inning is in the mid, and then right after that.
Gotcha.
And you'll see it, okay?
The full count pitch fouled off again.
What an at-bat.
Hamilton's number 22 is...
And again, another great catch on the hill, and I missed it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kid, there we go.
There we go.
That's our camera operator, Jay, who's all over it. Doing a great job down there. the full count. Up and away, ball 4. So Hamilton's number 22 will reach first base. And they're looking to add on, already 15-0. All right, seen a lot of Nolan Boyle, so I think we're right.
Shout out to all the wonderful viewers.
So Nolan Boyle is on first base. I think that was his first at-bat with the Hamilton Cardinals as well since being picked up.
Good for that young man.
This is Raquelban de Castro, and he has had a day.
Oh, yeah.
4 for 5, scored 3 runs, cashed in 1 out of the leadoff spot. And in the first 2 games in his IBL career, he's hitting .556. Looking for some more RBIs here. Checks the swing, but it was called anyway. A strike, so it's 1-2. Calvin de Castro, the former Toronto Blue Jays farmhand, and now here in the IBL. And that pitch misses outside from Tomachko, who geared back for a little extra. And outside corner, strike 3 called. So they finally have an answer to De Castro. And Julian Tomachko gets through it scoreless. It's 15-0. Hamilton will take a quick break and be right back. Back here at Dominico Field, we're trying to get you a shot of someone holding a candle down in the Hamilton Cardinal bullpen. There we go.
What is that?
I don't know. We don't have a great shot at it.
We were sitting up here, and then my broadcast partner, Thomas, just goes, "Is he holding fire?"
Yeah.
And I was very confused.
Charlie Towers pops this one up towards the fire. And now it goes back into fair territory and the catch made. Oh boy.
Fire went out.
Dennis DeBanning makes the catch and the candle stays lit.
Did it?
It did. That's good stuff.
That's impressive.
First baseman number 44, Cole Murchison.
Is that, maybe it's one of those candles where it like repels mosquitoes away.
Yeah, it is.
That's what I'm assuming.
Cole Murchison at the plate now for Toronto. By the way, the new pitcher into the game for the Hamilton Cardinals is Rich Corrente. He's a guy that they picked up for the Welland Jackfish. He wasn't a deadline acquisition. He was a little bit before that after he was let go by Welland. There we go. Where's the fire? There's the fire.
They're comfortable over there in the bullpen.
Yeah, good stuff.
The boys are all
That's
huddled
smart.
around
So-
one candle.
So obviously that's just to keep the bugs away. The Barrie Baycats do it really good in their ballpark as well. They get like the big torches that they put down the line.
Like the tiki torches?
Exactly, yeah.
Nice.
But it's a mosquito repellent as Murchison strikes out. But I think it does the job. It's a huge flame down there in the bullpen, and it looks epic, right?
Well, I mean, there's a huge flame down this bullpen as well.
Yeah.
Just budget cuts.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a public park, so.
Yeah, you can't have an open flame in a public park.
Yeah. Jose Vinicio comes to the dish. Rich Corrente has got through the first two batters that he's faced. And that one's in the dirt. This will be the third outing with the Hamilton Cardinals for Rich Corrente. The first two have gone pretty well. He's allowed an earned run in each of them, but one of them was 3 2/3 innings against Guelph, where he just allowed 1 earned run and 6 hits. Rich Corrente didn't have a great first half of the season with the Welland Jackfish, but he's looked pretty good since joining Hamilton, although he does walk Jose Vinicio. So he quickly gets the first two outs, and now he's going to face a pinch hitter for the Maple Leafs. This is Mike Giacchetto.
Number 3, Mike Giacchetto.
That's just the 12th walk this season for Jose Vinicio in 129 at-bats. So Mike Giacchetto is going to get an at-bat here for the Maple Leafs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Facing Rich Corrente.
And I mean, why not? You know, you got everybody on the bench that are here tonight.
Well,
Just
Mike,
get some reps.
Yeah, and Mike Giacchetto has had a good start to the Maple
Oh, yeah.
Leafs. He didn't hit much in Guelph this season, but came to Toronto in just his second game with the team. What does he do? He hits a home run. And now he drills one down the line, just foul. Well, fair ball, actually. Nobody knew it, and Giacchetto's going to have to stop at first base, but he's got himself another hit. Yeah, I thought that was fair off the bat. He heard the umpire say something.
The umpire said fair ball. He signaled it right away saying
Yeah.
fair ball. I think it was the third baseman and the left fielder that were saying it was foul. And then
No, what I think happened is one of the first things they teach you in umpiring clinic is if it's fair, you just point. If it's foul, you say foul ball. And he turned back and looked at the home plate umpire. So I think the home plate umpire said fair ball, which
Interesting.
Since he heard something, he thought it
he
was
just
foul.
assumed foul, yeah.
Yeah. Now Salazzo hits a high chopper. This one's to second base, throw to first, not in time, and the Maple Leafs will score. Jose Vinicio comes in, and John Salazzo has himself an infield hit and an RBI. So this is Marcus Connect's spot, but they're going to throw another pinch hitter in. This is Greg Carrington. Carrington pointing out his name on the lineup card to the umpire there. Did you see that? That was great. I'm this guy. So it's 15-1 now. Greg Carrington has been a bullpen pitcher for the Maple Leafs this season, but that's not traditionally his role.
In the bullpen, he's the tribal chief, the head of the table. And when he's batting, well, he's just Greg Carrington.
Yeah. And when he's coaching, he's Coach Carrington.
Exactly. He has a lot of titles.
Yeah.
A lot of titles for Mr. Carrington.
The Professor, right? That's
And the
his nickname.
yeah.
So what do the kids who he's coaching call him? Professor Carrington?
Professor
They
Carrington.
call him Greg. They call him Greg, apparently.
Do you think people, when he comes in to pitch, they should start acknowledging him?
Uh,
'Cause you have to acknowledge your tribal chief.
yeah, I'd do it.
Okay. Guess next time he pitches, we'll have to get the Vonacam ready for me and you.
I probably won't do it. The 1-1. Yeah, that is interesting. Greg Carrington going up barehanded to the batter's box. Two outs. Maple Leafs looking for some more runs. Carrington pops it up. This could be a tricky play down the line, and it's going to fall. Mike Chiquetto comes in to score, and Greg Carrington has himself an RBI in a pinch hit situation, and it's 15-2.
Yeah, good job hitting right there out of Carrington. Just looked like got jammed a little bit, but he has enough power where he's able to push it out. Fantastic job by him.
Greg Carrington has had just 24 at-bats this season. That's his 6th hit of the year and given 3 RBIs. The Maple Leafs have strung together 3 hits here in the 7th inning, and now it's a 15-2 ball game. Dionysius Chalus will come up and get his first at-bat. Chalus came into the game for his catching counterpart, Justin Mara.
How about that? You know, you have an interview in the first half of the game, you come in and do the catching duties in the second half.
Yeah. The 0-1. Chalus hits it in the air. This one's high and deep to left field, and it's gone! Dionysius Chalus hits his first home run with the Toronto Maple Leafs.
And how about that? Chalus, he took that for a ride the opposite way. 3-run shot for the young man.
And that's the kind of stuff you like to see in a ball game like this. Dionysius Chalus is loving it. Well, it's 15-5, but the Maple Leafs have got some at-bats from some guys. They've got the results that they're looking for. That's great there for Dionysius Chalus.
Couldn't happen to a better guy, too. I mean, he was, during the interview, I'm sure I told Gio already, but he was just so ecstatic to just be on the interview, just talk to you guys up here.
Yeah. Well, here's an interesting one for Dionysius Chalus. He's just had 25 at-bats this season. He has 2 hits, a triple, and a home run. And now Jesse Hodges gets into this one to center field, but it doesn't quite have enough. Tyler Duncan is under it. He makes the catch, but the Maple Leafs get some runs. They score 5 here in the bottom of the 7th, and it's now a 10-run lead for Hamilton. New pitcher into the game for the Maple Leafs is Max Lanoux, and another one of those good walk-up songs, right?
Oh yeah,
like that
fantastic one. It's a great song.
Walks up to The Show Goes On. That was...
Is that Lupe Fiasco that's inside?
It is, yeah. Wasn't sure how to read that. Thank you for saying that.
I got you.
Yeah.
I heard another one of his songs recently, and I was like, I'm pretty sure Lupe Fiasco
Yeah. No,
made that one as well.
Great choice. Great choice.
Good hype-up tune, especially after that 3-run shot.
So Max Lanoux is trying to keep some of this energy going that's been ignited into this ballpark. Maple Leafs are trailing by a boatload, but Dionysius Chalus has just injected some adrenaline into the Maple Leafs dugout. Oh, the home plate umpire has taken some balls today, and this one.
I don't know if that was off the mask or if that caught him just right up on the shoulder or the chest, but that did not look good.
A lot of concerned faces on the infield here for the Maple Leafs.
Yeah, those ones hurt. It was a fastball that was foul tipped, and it just went straight, I believe, straight into the shoulder area of the ump. And you can hear it. As soon as it hit him, you heard the pain he was in.
Yeah.
That was not good.
Not much you can do on that one, too.
No, not at all.
None of the velocity gets taken off of it just because of the grazing contact. And Max Lanoux throws hard. He is not a soft tosser on the mound for the Maple Leafs. Well, he's gonna hang in there. Look, this is not the only blowout game going on right now in the Intercounty Baseball League. You want to hear some of the other scores? The Guelph Royals are leading 15-2 over the Barrie Baycats. You think that's a lot?
Yeah.
The Welland Jackfish are up 18-0 against London.
Okay. Just one of those Wednesdays.
This is the tightest game in the Intercounty Baseball League right now.
Neck and neck.
15-5.
It's a nail biter.
Yeah.
According to the scores tonight, 100%.
Yep. The 1-1. In the dirt. Blocked by Chalus. Oh my goodness. So these are the pitchers for the London Majors that have come into the game. Jose Arias started things off. Henry, Lund, Foster, Janice, Gillies, Coombs, Farrington, and Gore all came into the game.
For a split second, I thought you were saying one person's name.
No.
And it threw me off mightily. Wow.
Yeah. And that one just missed from Max Lanoux. So that walks Luis Bernardo. He heads down to first base.
Center fielder number 5, Tyler Johnston.
What else did you find out over there?
Well, in the Barrie Baycats game, Barrie is getting blown out. Now it's 15-3 actually, so they're closing in on this
Coming
score.
back.
But Barrie has a pitching performance from Ryan Rio.
Oh.
Didn't go well.
Oh.
Yeah. Gave up four earned runs. This is a blowout day in the Intercounty Baseball
It's
League.
a lot of runs being scored
I don't know
from
if I've
one
ever
team.
seen something like that. Here's the 1-0. This one's popped up on the infield. John Salazzo drifting into foul territory, and he makes the catch. Out number 1. The Guelph Royals in that game against the Mary Baycats up 15-3 have also got a chance to get Jacob Cush into the game. And if you remember, he had a glorious start to the season. And he just never really slowed down. So he's making it tough on the Mary Baycats, but believe it or not, they've actually scored a run against him. Dennis DeBanning at the plate now for Hamilton. First pitch from Lanoux is up and in.
I caught the ump again.
Oh my goodness. Looks like he's gonna hang in there again. That was a cross-up between Max Lanoux and Dionysius Chalus. The other ones have been foul tips. That one just...
You can see the umpire, he's making sure he says, all right, guys, this time, you're not hitting me again.
Yeah.
I don't blame him one bit.
Take whatever time you need to get the signs right.
Yeah.
You know, it's also... It's tough to be a catcher as well, especially a guy who doesn't play every day in Dionysius Chalus, because you got to catch all these guys, and you got to remember what the signs are for every single person. And things didn't get easier because the runner moved to second base, so now they're going to be sequencing their signs as well. Here's the 1-0. Hit on the ground. Charlie Towers gets it on a hop at short. Long throw to first in the dirt, and it gets by Cole Murchison. That's going to allow both runners to move up. So now second and third with one out here in the top of the 8th. So the London Majors, just getting back to this 18-0 Welland Jackfish game over London. The London Majors have used 9 pitchers, and they're all pitchers.
Oh.
Every single one of the pitchers they've used is a pitcher in an 18-0 game.
You know? Sure.
And in 2 days' time, do you know who the Hamilton Cardinals are playing? London Majors.
I'm going to guess the London Majors.
Yeah, good guess. That bodes very, very well for Hamilton as they take them on at home on Friday. Nine pitchers. Nobody will be fresh in that game in 2 days.
Get the massage guns ready, folks.
Yep. 2-0. In the dirt. Chalus blocks it. Runners hold their ground. And I'm just kind of skimming through the scorecard, but it doesn't look like anyone got through a clean inning except Daniel Gore, who got through a clean 1-2-3 inning with a couple of strikeouts in the 9th. Hit on the ground, off the glove of Max Lanoux. Charlie Towers picks it up, throws to first, in time to get the out. Oh, that was definitely not out, but the Maple Leafs will take it. Wow. That was a situational call there at first base. A run will come in to score. That wasn't close, right?
No.
No, it wasn't. Okay. So runner on third base and 2 outs.
The Leafs will take that break.
Yep. not really much argument from the Hamilton Cardinals as well, just I guess with the situation. I mean, Charlie Towers made a heck of a play to get it off the deflection. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Or 0-2. Max Lanou trying to get out of this thing against a tough hitter in Ian Tomasi. And he finds the zone for strike 3 called. Max Lanou gets through the inning, and to the bottom of the 8th we go. The bats for the Maple Leafs coming up. The Hamilton Cardinals have turned to Colby Ring, who enters into the game. Has an ERA of 11.19 this season for Hamilton and 13 2/3 innings pitched. He faces Julian Johnston, who will lead things off. That one misses low. Colby Ring he's had pretty good stuff this year, just hasn't found the strike zone. He's walked 15 batters and 13 2/3 innings. The 2-0 swung on and missed, and it's 2-1. Rings 2-1, and Julian Johnson pops this one up. It's It's the shortstop to Castro, who comes over and makes the catch. Might have had a bit of trouble with that in the lights, but recovered very well.
Shortstop number 2, Charlie
Let's
Towers.
look there at Takaki Iguchi in the dugout for the Hamilton Cardinals. Boy, what a start he had today. Gave up no earned runs, struck out 4 over 6 innings, and just allowed 5 hits. Charlie Towers is at the plate. Towers has been hitting really well lately for the Maple Leafs. He hasn't always been starting, but when he's come into the game, he gets hits.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic. He's had a really good second half of the season here for the Maple Leafs.
And now he gets hit. So he'll head down to first base. And it'll be Cole Murchison, the first
First
baseman.
baseman number 44, Cole Murchison.
Maple Leafs would love to get the bat of Cole Murchison going. They've got the bat of Charlie Towers going. That's mission success for now. He's hitting .321. Cole Murchison hitting just .171, but came into this season with a lot of potential, and it's still there. He just hasn't got many at bats yet. Just 39 so far this season. But Rob Butler has known Cole Murchison for a while and has a lot of faith that he can provide some good value to this Maple Leafs lineup.
And he has a good swing from the left-hand side. It's just been more
Beautiful,
so
yeah.
just trying to get some luck on his side when it comes to batting.
Charlie Towers will hold his ground at first base after that pitch got away. Count 2-0 here. Undoubtedly a fastball count here for Cole Murchison. And he hits it on the ground to third. Ian Tomasi throws to first in time. The runner will advance to second base. And there's 2 away. Back to the top of the order, it's Jose Vinicio.
This is where everything got started for the Leafs last inning, just get some momentum on their side. It was the Vinicio single, and then it was a trickle effect, it felt like.
This is another new walk-up song for Jose Vinicio. He is the walk-up song connoisseur for the Maple Leafs.
Has a carousel of them?
Yeah, he has a lot of walk-up songs.
But they all are bangers.
They're all good, yeah. Well, he was changing his walk-up song today, and I asked what song he wanted, and he said he'd have to search it up. I wouldn't know it. Here's the 1-0. It's chop foul to third base.
You tell me it wouldn't be a song by Justin Bieber?
No. He said no, it's in Spanish. You won't know it. First pitch missed from Ring, so he's the head in the count 1-0. Mike Giacchetto on deck for the Maple Leafs. And that one misses as well. The 2-0 to Vinicio. Jose Vinicio has turned around and is now batting right-handed for the Maple Leafs with the lefty Ring on the mound. Mike Giacchetto, who's on deck, was hitting 105 with the Guelph Royals early in the season, and in a short time with the Maple Leafs is hitting 444. And he's raised that batting average with his single in the last inning. And that one misses to Vinicio. Well, Jose Vinicio does not walk a lot, but he has a chance to walk in 2 consecutive at-bats, and I don't know the last time we've seen that. Jose Vinicio loves to swing the bat. Here's the 3-1 pitch. And it's way outside, ball 4. Jose Vinicio down to first base. And here is the very hot hitting Mike Chiquetto. Yeah, with that hit, Mike Chiquetto's hitting 500 with Toronto. That'll do.
Yeah, that'll play. That'll play.
Two on. Chiquetto already with a home run with the Leafs, and he was looking for another one there. Big swing at a pitch in the dirt. Mike Chiquetto got his first at-bats in a game against the Kitchener Panthers, that 1917 game, and slugged a home run. That was his welcome to the Maple Leafs moment. Since then, he's had a couple hits against Brantford, a hit against London. He's been a valuable guy for Toronto. And he'll probably be off the bench when things are all said and done in the playoffs, but you have a guy hitting 500 coming off the bench. That's
not bad at all.
That's great value.
Fantastic.
Especially with the power potential of Chiquetto as well. The 2-1 pitch. Chiquetto fouls it off at home plate. He got an off-speed pitch that he liked there, but he just missed it.
Hey, Ryan. Yeah, really good. Good to see you. You had a good night?
I did. We did well. We did really well. So.
Did you really?
Yeah, yeah. They've been, the last few have been really good.
Is that right? What is it, the food or the beer?
You know what it is, the weather. Like any event, like it's always the weather. Because there was one Wednesday, I don't think you were with
The
us.
2-2
I think
pitch.
it was the one before.
Chiquetto hits it hard on the ground, and that one gets through for another base hit.
It rained right
Mike Chiquetto is on fire right now for the Maple Leafs, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs.
He heard you saying he's coming off the bench. He says, no, I want to be in that starting lineup.
Yeah. So Chiquetto has raised his batting average to over 500 with the Maple Leafs. And this is a guy that can drive in a lot of runs with one swing. And John Salazzo.
So they give me their own records. So I looked at some new stuff in the.
This is the situation that the Hamilton Cardinals didn't want to get into. Having to start using guys in the bullpen that are,
Just like,
some of their leverage guys. They're not in that situation yet, but
yeah, a buddy of mine.
one John Salazzo
Malcolm.
swing could flip the narrative of the game a little bit.
Yeah, they want to try to get out of this as quick as possible. The side of Hamilton, and rightly so. Some good bats coming up.
Dave and Tara, great people. That's I was there for about 2.5 years. Before coming in.
Another breaking ball from Ring. He doesn't want to give John Salazzo the fastball, so now it's 2-2, or 1-1.
Meet you at Farside one night?
Probably.
I think I did actually.
Yeah, that's
I'm
me.
thinking I remember.
John Salazzo had an infield hit and an RBI in his last at bat.
I'd always
The 1-1.
along Gerard when I worked.
Salazzo fouls it off. He got the fastball, but just missed it.
And then go to, yeah, for sure. Been drunk and silly.
And that one actually hit a car.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Well, I mean, coming to a baseball game, don't park near the diamond.
Yeah, there's a lot of baseball diamonds in the IBL where the parking lot's in serious foul ball territory.
They need something.
And you'd think they'd learn not to put the parking lots there.
It's funny. So
wouldn't-
when I was in
wouldn't
Welland
like-
for the All-Star game the other day,
I'd encourage you.
the parking lot's giant, but there's a lot of really great spots right behind home plate. And just no one really parks there. Everyone parks far away. Everyone just kind of knows.
Alrighty.
Salazzo hits it on the ground. This one's to first base. Flip to first in time to get the out, and that will end the inning. Another close play at first base with John Salazzo running down the line. The Hamilton Cardinals stay way in front. They lead 16-5. Top of the 9th inning. Hamilton Cardinals leading 16-5, and it's Brendan Daly who will get his second at-bat. Max Lanoux back on the mound. Max Lanoux got a strikeout in his last at-bat to get the Maple Leafs.
He got the ground out to shortstop.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah.
The 1-0 is popped up. Is this playable for Dionysius Chalus? Not quite. It's going to go out of play behind home plate. Max Lanoux did give up 1 run last inning, but that one was unearned. Oh! That one went right off the head of Brendan Daly.
And thankfully that was an off-speed pitch, so it didn't really have too much impact. Obviously still hurts.
Yeah, but went right off the head, right on the helmet.
I was a little bit distracted by what was going on behind the field.
Yeah, the Hamilton Cardinal bus just made a Yui on the Little League diamond out in center field. Don't really know how else to describe that. It's just what happened.
That's the best way to describe it, honestly. If you think about it, the bus was running the bases backwards. Started at first, went home, went to third, came to second, and then rounded right back out to right field.
Unlike anything I've ever seen.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
That's going to create some tire marks.
There's going to be one angry coach on that field tomorrow.
Yeah, there is. Here's the 1-0. And that one just misses. I mean, I'm just saying what happened.
Yeah, you weren't wrong. This is something you never would expect to see.
Yeah. So the 2-0 pitch from Max Lanoux is swung on and missed, and it's 2-1. Max Lanoux has had that off-speed pitch working. Really, the only blemish on the off-speed pitch was the breaking ball that hit Daly in the head.
Yeah, it looked like he just kind of left it over on the arm side, and with his breaking ball, it's not going to go diagonally. It's a more vertical break. It's a good 12-6 curveball.
This one's fouled off to the left. So the count's now 2-2, and Max Lanoux has got himself right back in the count.
And normally you'd see pitchers or a bullpen catcher down there in the bullpen. There's nobody there anymore. They've all gravitated towards the dugout, so that ball is just kind of sitting there at the home plate over there in the bullpen.
Yeah, this is Max Lanoux's game to finish. The 2-2. Hit in the air. This one's well foul down the left field line. That one's well up onto the street. So Andrew Johnston, 3 for 4 with 5 RBIs for Hamilton. The 2-2. And Lanoux just missed high. So Lanoux will have to find the zone again. The full count pitch. And this one's fouled off. Andrew Johnston not going down easy.
I mean, that's just the story of all of his at-bats tonight. He has just been on fire from start to finish here.
Nolan Boyle is on deck for Hamilton. Another full count pitch for Max Lanoux. It's in the dirt for ball 4. So 2 runners on base here.
Second baseman number 22, Nolan Boyle.
Well, Nolan Boyle coming to the plate, walked in his last at bat, but did hook a ball pretty far down the left field line that was fouled by a matter of feet. Might have his sights set on some contact like that once again. 2 runners on, nobody out here in the top of the 9th. And it's in the dirt to Boyle. Max Lanou played for both Stony Brook University and Queen's University. And the key to success has been that sharp fastball. He's topped out at 94 miles an hour in his baseball career. The 1-0. And this one's smashed, and it's going to find a gap. It's down and goes all the way to the wall. 1 run is going to come in to score. And I don't know what happened with Andrew Johnston, who was on his way to third base. I don't know if he was just trying to provide a courtesy to the Maple Leafs and not take an extra bag or something, but he really slowed down on his way around second base. He ends up at third, seeing Nolan Boyle move into second.
I don't know if you heard it, but the Hamilton Cardinals dugout, as he was rounding second, they saw him and said, "Get moving, big boy."
Good.
Don't know if you caught that one.
Good shout. I didn't. Good shout. And this one's hit on the ground. It goes off the mound, goes back to Charlie Towers, throw to first. Oh, no. That's an out at first base. Wow. All right. 18-5 Hamilton. Charlie Towers has looked like he got the benefit of the doubt on a couple calls, although Max Lanou did get a little bit unfortunate with the way that ball bounced off the mound. It looked like it was going to be Charlie Towers who was going to run right through that ball and throw to first, but it took an awful hop off the mound, and Charlie Towers had to go back to his right. Here's the 0-1.
You see something new every day. Every day you come to the ballpark.
Yeah. Well, that call at first base wasn't new, unfortunately. The 1-1, that misses high, 2-1. So the most runs I could find for the Hamilton Cardinals in the last 3 years was 19. That came in 2022 against Brantford. This one's popped up. And it's out of play off the top of the Maple Leafs dugout.
Nice play made right there. Barehanded grab.
18 runs on 19 hits for Hamilton in this one. But, I mean, I know this is inconsequential to the outcome of the game, but I mean, how big is the 5-run 7th for the Maple Leafs? They get the home run from Dionysius Chalus. They get a couple hits from guys they wanted to see hits from.
I think that's the biggest thing is, you know, you got a couple hits from guys you want to see start swinging the bat better, and then, like you said, Chalus, he was able to get that big fly for him, so it's just massive to get some of those guys, those repetitions.
Well, Max Lanou gets a tough batter in Luis Bernardo to strike out, and things get even tougher here with Tyler Duncan playing center field today. Big swing and a miss. Sharp pitch there from Max Lanou. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Duncan. And it misses low, 1-1. Tyler Duncan hitting .317 this season for Hamilton. And another swing and a miss. He's not seeing that breaking ball out of the hand of Max Lanoux particularly well in this at-bat.
And again, that's just kind of the deception that Max Lanoux has. It's the over-the-top arm, so if you can get the release point correct for both pitches, it's hard to tell which one's coming out of the hand.
The 1-2. Up and in. And count runs even to 2-2. Max Lanoux trying to get out of this top of the ninth and turn things over to the Maple Leafs in the bottom half. Tyler Duncan seeing an RBI opportunity at third base. The 2-2, swing and a miss, strike three. Max Lanoux gets the strikeout of the tough hitter and Tyler Duncan, and that'll do it for the top of the ninth. The bottom half we go, and the last chance coming up here for Toronto. Well, back here at Dominico Field and taking a look at some of the signings that we've seen from the Hamilton Cardinals. They have been one of the busier teams at the trade deadline. Most recently getting Rich Corrente and Chris Bellato, both of them former Welland Jackfish. And then we've seen Cam Gravel playing on the infield. He's been excellent defensively at second base today. Nolan Boyles come in. He's picked up his first hit and his first RBI. Stephen Whalen, the former Kitchener Panther, he'll be a big addition. And then the two guys who have both been very impressive today, both Raquelman De Castro and Evan Simons have both looked really good for Hamilton in this one as well.
Yeah, and Hamilton had a good team already, and they just kind of added to it, and they've added really good talent. So it should be interesting to see. They are definitely one of those teams that I'm intrigued to see how they continue to move on here when it comes to this last half, the last portion of the season, and then the playoffs.
Yeah, those are the kind of guys that you want in your lineup. Great baseball experience from both De Castro and Simons as well. And then two veterans of the IBL, and Chris Bellato and Rich Corrente bringing them in on the pitching side of things. But Greg Carrington drove in a run with a single in his last at-bat.
And Carrington will come in to face the newly entered Callum Blue. Another one of the players that I've had the fortunate time to know from Humber.
Former Humber Hawk?
No, current Humber Hawk.
Current Humber Hawk?
Very nice guy all around.
Greg Carrington gets into another one and drops it into the outfield for a base hit. So Carrington has come in to pinch hit, and he's 2 for 2. Callum Blue has been quite successful in the 3 outings he's had with the Hamilton Cardinals this season, an ERA of 2.70. He's pitched 1 inning or an inning and a third in all 3 of his outings, and he's only given up 2 hits and 1 earned run. That came last time out, the last time he pitched against the Guelph Royals in a 7-0 loss. Dionysius Chalus lit the place up in his last at-bat. Hit an opposite field home run, his first of his Inter-County Baseball League career and his first with the Maple Leafs. That gave Toronto 3 runs. So Chalus has had an interesting start to his IBL career. Started things out with his first IBL hit. That was a triple. And he's collected a couple base knocks and now a home run. Callum Blue ahead in the count 0-2 on Chalus. Chalus flares this one to the outfield. It's dropping and it's caught. Oh, what a catch. That's the new third baseman, Keeler Loveridge. He overran that ball, but recovered quite nicely.
You know, I've seen the Willie Mays catch over the shoulder basket. I don't think I've ever seen it caught like that, where you overran it too much and had to catch it like that.
That's just a reaction play.
Yeah, that is a purely reaction play.
Jesse Hodges comes up with 1 away here in the bottom of the 9th. Greg Carrington is the runner standing on first base, and Hodges lines one into center field. Tyler Duncan back, and he makes the catch, and there's 2 away. And Julian Johnston coming up for the Maple Leafs, who are down to their final out.
Left fielder number 25, Julian Johnston.
First pitch to Johnson misses for a ball.
We're just gonna start taking the tent down.
Okay, yeah, sure.
That one finds the zone. It's 1-1.
Oh. Yeah, Nick, you got one like a year. Same there.
Julian Johnson trying to extend things for Charlie Towers, who's on deck.
And if he does extend things, it'll be quite interesting, because it'll be 2 Humber Hawk teammates from last year facing off against one another.
You're so clearly eating pizza right now, it's not even funny.
My bad, man.
Appreciate you putting that up for me.
You didn't have to call me out like that.
That was the most mouthful sentence I've ever heard in my life.
I feel attacked now.
3-1 on Julian Johnson. And he swings and misses and the count's full. Toronto down to their last strike. Callum Blue trying to finish things off here for Hamilton. The 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Callum Blue gets the strikeout, and that ends the ball game for the Maple Leafs. And it's the Hamilton Cardinals who take it 18-5.
Yeah, tough game for the Leafs, but again, you know, you got some contributions from guys that needed to get the bat hot in that, I believe, 7th inning where they had the 5 runs. So that's a big takeaway, and if your Leafs use that as the takeaway for the game and move on to the next one.
Can't forget about the starting pitching outing in this one from Takaki Yaguchi. He went 6 innings and did not allow an earned run, and his offense did the work. They scored 18 runs on 19 hits. Maple Leafs got a little bit of offense of their own, but pitching just couldn't quite hold them down. They had 5 runs on 11 hits in this one. We appreciate everyone tuning in to Toronto Maple Leafs Baseball on YouTube, brought to you by MNP. Have a great rest of your night.